Starlight. We can talk about. Yeah, Starlight.
Star
Starlight.
Bright.
Yes, so Starlight. I don't.
Speaking of Starlight, Stardim is more like it. So speaking of Stardim, let's get this out of the way.
I had not spoken on Hello Starlight for quite some time.
It's fucking crazy around here. Like it's totally fucking nuts. Yeah, it's been crazy as far as Starlight goes.
Jenny, though, did you see Starlight's newest thumbnail? She's pissing on your hat, girl.
No.
She is. She's pissing on the mob boss's hat.
Oh no,
Oh,
Jenny.
shots fired. Pew pew.
Let's be realistic. Who gives a fuck about Hello Starlight at the end of the day?
Hey, Starlight.
The baby of the DC.
All right, I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm only gonna do this for 5 minutes. Before I go to bed, I just have to address this.
Pull up.
See how Daddy likes that.
Listen to the shit this bitch says.
I'm digging through cow shit to get shrooms, to get high on.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, Starlight.
It's on, Starlight.
I think that's fucking funny and that's cute. Well, I can be funny and cute too.
She is a nasty little skank. That's all she's ever been.
What's the matter, Starlight? You mad?
She tries to get all this internet dick, though. Get you a little piece of it, Starlight. It's fun.
Ew. Get your own content, bitch. If you don't want people to respond, then shut your fucking mouth, Starlight. God dang it, you got me fucked up.
Because you're obsessed with my vagina. Literally obsessed with my vagina.
You like Hello Starlight? You're such a fucking idiot.
Somebody go pamper her ass.
Hey, Starlight. I just deleted that little short I put up talking about your ex-husband.
I actually tried to put your ex-husband's picture as my avatar, but I couldn't get it to work. But I can get it on my community post.
There you go, Starlight. That's for you.
Fuck every fucking one of you all that goes live to defend Hello Starlight.
Really? You've been around here all these years and you're gonna be pathetic like that? Seriously?
Alright. Yeah, Starlight, basically you can just go fuck yourself.
Hello Starlight. I'm gonna say this once and for all. We're going to go real life now, Starlight. It's on now, baby.
Where Starlight's been holding the moral high ground for how long about anti-doxing?
I know, right?
See how Daddy likes that.
What a fucking lunatic.
And Starlight, when you grow a set of balls, you're more than welcome to show up any fucking time you choose, bitch. Pull up. Anytime you grow a set.
So again, Starlight, you want to play? Let's dance. Let's dance.
Yeah, just go fuck yourself, Starlight. You're a piece of shit.
Have a good day, Starlight. Touch the grass.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. Last time they checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last time they checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. So you're the needy press. Last time they checked, you're the needy press. So you're the needy press. Last time they checked, you're the needy press. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a chat. Last time they checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last time they checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Bitch! Hello, everybody. Hello. Today is what, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, December the 18th. I hope you all have gotten your Christmas shopping done. I have not. I don't think. I feel like I am forgetting some things, and it's driving me nuts. Anyhow, how's everybody doing? Still Nat? Good to see you. Bryn. Oh, and by the way, Bryn made me this little QR code up here in the corner of the screen. If anybody wants to donate in any way, shape, or form, it is always appreciated and never expected. Hopefully, when old March rolls around, I can get my freaking memberships back. Damn it. Anyhow, let's see. Messy little polka dot. The phrase Christmas shopping should come with, yeah, no. I mean, next year I'm going to start like super early, I swear. Hello, it's Erin, misbehaving. Her man wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot baba. Okay, might have made the last part up. Pink Nightmare, Gym Girl, D'Angelo. You better work, Bryn. Oh, okay, D'Angelo. Who the hell are you? Who in the hell are you? Okay, Sam, Lexi, good to see you guys. I start mid-year so much. Yeah, I need to do that instead of just, starting on Black Friday. I tell myself that every year, though. Ugh. Come on, pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. Nova, and you know what else? Everything is so dang expensive. My kids want hoodies, and of course they're going to get them. Not all of them, but some of them were nearly $150 for one freaking hoodie. I said no on that one. I am not spending $150 on a dang hoodie. Okay, I'm just not. I'm still not done shopping. Yeah, I mean, I feel ya. The teenager kept changing. Yes, I feel ya on that. Stuff is so expensive. It is. It's insane. Because my kids, they don't really want something big. It's like everything they want is something little. It's a lot of little things that add up to a lot. You never decorate. I have decorated this year and went out of my way to kind of extra do it. I don't know. We just have so many more Christmases before my kids don't want anything to do with me anymore. Oh, Robbie, what are you doing here? What are you doing, Robbie? Where you been? I saw you on TikTok the other day. My man touched me with his 10, is that a 10-foot dick? With his dick. Okay, I'll be nice. Dick. I'll just say dick. Anyhow. Oh, Robbie. A dick. I decorated every room. Honestly, I can't. I wish I could be that extra. I would probably be that extra. I'm telling you, my kids are something else. Teenagers. Let me put it this: teenagers are something else. So if you have little kids and they're gonna be teenagers, you just brace yourself. All right. Because sometimes I'm like, do you guys even care about Christmas anymore? What the heck? I know you care about getting presents, but we got us a Snoop on the stoop this year. I'm taking it back, y'all. One thing I want to do is, I don't know if anyone has seen Wicked. If you have not, I think it's great, but make sure you know what you're watching before you go watch it, and you'll appreciate it much better, because I wouldn't watched it. So I was like, I do not want to watch any of the spoilers, but I think if I would have watched the spoilers before I went, I would have understood it more. So anyhow, what was my point with that? Oh, I want to put my Snoop on the stoop on a broom and have that freaking Wicked song. I hope you're happy. I've seen people do it. They hang the broom from their ceiling fan and they put but I can't figure out how to get the elf on the broom. Yes, I love Wicked. I can't wait for the second one to come out. It is. Well, I haven't read the books, but I did watch the majority of the Broadway play online, I might add. Polly, oh, my baby. I love you, Polly. I was just thinking about you, wondering where you are. I miss you. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, when I went and saw it, I was like, man, they really hyped this up, and I didn't think it was like that great. And then I went to figure out the backstory, the timeline, and watched, the majority of the Broadway play. I'm like, oh my God, this movie was amazing. It's very dark and sexual. That's interesting. Yeah, I heard the part where the guy turns into the scarecrow is like really gruesome. So it should be interesting to see that put into the next film version. Wicked 2. Can't wait to watch that. And I think the actors were amazing. All right. Yeah, Ariana got a Golden Globe. Yeah. Oh, she did? She got the nomination today. Okay. She should. And Elphaba, I don't remember the lady who plays Elphaba, but the lady who plays Elphaba better get a damn Golden Globe as well. Gypsy's book? What? All right, I'll get off of Wicked. All right, speaking of old gyp shit, let's go ahead and dive right into it, okay? I'm going to pull up a little screenshot, but before I do that, and then we're going to listen to the rest of Kale's podcast that she had with old gyp shit. I cannot find Kale. I don't know if Kale does YouTube, because I was going to tag her, and all I can find is the Kale and the Chaos. But anyhow, let's get on down this GRB rabbit hole, y'all. Oh, Gypsy. Hey, Batty, my baby cakes. I love you. I love you all. I miss you guys so much. All right, let's see here. Okay. So Gypsy posted this yesterday. I'm guessing on all of her social medias, but this is what it says. I want to make readers aware of the disturbing, explicit details of abuse within my memoir. That I wasn't really can't even speak. Can't speak. It wasn't even like, it wasn't the details of your abuse, Gypsy. It was the way that you worded things. The whole entire book is disgusting. And it's fiction. It should be in the fiction section. Justice for Dee Dee, okay? All right. Details of abuse within my memoir, that there are many references to many forms of abuse, physical, emotional, and SA. This book may trigger some. I would advise caution when reading my book. My hope is to encourage healing through sharing my experiences with others who find themselves in similar circumstances. Gypsy, I don't think there is anyone in this world. You are 1 in a million, baby. You're 1 in a million, and not in a good way, okay? I don't think there's many people out there that can relate to you having your mother shave you and shit like that, Just saying, I don't think any, whatever. Society puts many stigmas against victims of abuse, and this book is to show the growth towards a better life. Some things happen to us that we are ashamed of, and the truth is, in all caps, we are not to blame for others who have abused us. I'll say it again, Gypsy, since you won't stand up for your own mama, we're going to do it for you. Justice for Dee Dee. She did not deserve to be murdered in her bed as she slept on the same day that your grandmother passed away years and years earlier, which still, that blows my mind. It's not a coincidence, okay? All right. We as survivors are not to blame. We didn't ask to be here, hurt or used. We can acknowledge our past and not live in it. Move forward and as survivors, stand, in all caps, stand together. Many blessings, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Just really irk my soul, Gypsy. You really do. Good Lord, baby Jesus. It's funny that it took the entire internet pointing out how disgusting your book is for you to put out this disclaimer, because this disclaimer should have been page 1 of that damn book, because you owe us all money for the therapy that we need after freaking reading that disgusting ass book.
I want a lawyer. Please, sir. I need a lawyer.
Okay, have a seat.
Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Yeah, bitch, sit down. Be humble. Even the blanket doesn't believe her. Oh, it's great. Nasty little hoe. Did anybody see the newest NPG Cornerstone video? If you are living under a rock, NPG are basically the people that represent Nicholas Godejohn. And they put out a really interesting video yesterday with a lot of little Easter eggs in there. You saw it. Bryn saw it. Jan saw it. I'm always afraid to use their stuff because they tell people not to use their stuff. My blessing queen, yeah. It made me sad. Like, poor Nick, for real. I mean, they're basically saying that interview, which, whatever the TV place was, the TV station that conducted the interview, chopped it up and spliced it and made him sound like a monster. Toddy was talking about it, but I don't like them. I'm convinced it's Bree and Jib. I don't know who it is. I don't think it's... I almost feel like some of the stuff in Gypsy's book is her trying to get ahead of things that NPG may have access to, like her deposition and, the videos of her looking through the foliage, things like that. Does that make sense? But, you messed up because you're going to piss NPG off with that book, in my opinion, allegedly, Gypsy. Because, the stuff you say about Nick is so awful, but I don't believe it. I don't. I think you are the one who manipulated that man. I think we all think that, okay? I think even the people that support you know that you manipulated Nick. Come on now. All right, let's see. I was going to show. Let me see if I have it on me. If not, well, because I only have about maybe 2 hours. So I'm going to have to rush. But I want to watch the rest of Kale's podcast. Let's see if there's anything in these screenshots that I might want to show before we get started. Oh, this was interesting. They showed a picture of the inside of the refrigerator, but I can't make out exactly what all's in it when it comes to medication. There's a lot of milk. There's a fuck ton of Pepsi. Kool-Aid jammers. But Gypsy only drank from a baba. Where are the babas? Why are the babas in the freaking crime scene photos? All right, I don't feel like pulling any of these up right now because I'd have to send them to myself. Okay. So we're just going to get started with Kale. Let me go pull that. If anybody wants to come up, we can do maybe an open panel. Just let me know. Damn it. I got to log into my other account. Shout out to Straight Outta Context for, providing us this video of Kale's podcast. Let's see, part 2. This one, I went ahead and listened to the whole thing yesterday. Gypsy, you're so full of shit. So full of shit. Strawberry milk. Yeah, maybe they had some strawberry syrup in there. Maybe that's what was all over that bag of flour or sugar. A conspiracy. Yes, you do need to come up someday, for sure. You make me sick like strawberry quick. We need a Gypsy Rose wrap. Okay, let me drop it in here. Where is Bryn in here? If you're free, Bryn, you don't have to. And I haven't seen Nicole. Where's Nicole? All right, this janky bitch. Did I put it in? Is it in? Okay. Kale has a YouTube. It's small. Okay. Yeah, I figured she didn't use YouTube. Banned 3 days. Who? Who got banned? Oops, I'm sharing the screen. All right, here we go. I'm going to get started. Grab your popcorn.
Y'all at the time, and he's like, I was not mature enough to be a father yet.
Yeah, I mean, 17. What 17-year-old is? I mean, I know people in their 20s that are not. I wasn't ready, and I had 3 kids before I was 25, so I completely understand that. You talk about how close you and your mom were. You were talking about the nicknames that you guys went by, Baby and Honey, right? Mm-hmm. And talking about bathing and sleeping together. Did you ever feel like the relationship was an enmeshment?
It was. I really felt that way. I also when I was little, my mom was like my best friend. Yeah. And that's what I chalked it up to. I didn't go to school. Mm-hmm. So growing up around other kids was very rare. There may have been the neighborhood kids, my cousins, but few and far between interaction with kids my age. And so when I was little, my stuffed animals, my Barbie dolls, my mom was my social everything, life. My social life. Yeah. So that's what I grew up knowing. And then as I got older, I felt it was almost like being sheltered, but also taking the part of a partner or spouse in a marriage. So all of her stress would be shared to me. Right. And I was kind of expected to carry all of this and be that person that she needed me to be.
Right. So you were the dog.
Oh, that sounds so abusive. I can't. That sounds awful.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Bryn. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I think it's funny that pretty much in every interview, somebody will say a word if she can't think of one and she goes with it.
Yes. Yes. She's not a good liar on the spot. She's not a good liar.
She's not a good liar anyway, but
yeah, she's not a good liar.
She'll finish I want somebody to trip her up sometime and talking about something. She'll be like, this, that, and she'll be like, partner, and then she'll say partner. I want somebody to say something really bad and her to go with it. Like,
I
you
think
know,
Kale should do a part 2, and after she needs to educate herself on the facts.
you
'Cause
know,
I
she's
think
kicking
Kale would do
herself.
it.
She's
I
kicking herself. I wish
but
somebody
if
sometime will be like, she's explaining something and they'll be like a slut bag. She'll be like, yeah, a slut bag. Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
like a mommy murderer. Yeah.
yeah,
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 like that.
like that.
Uh, but okay, did you see on TikTok, I think it was on Pink Ponies, where, that someone was like, are those the producers from MTV that do Teen Mom? Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Mm-hmm.
And then she showed the, like, side-by-side pictures.
Mm-hmm.
If that is true, I don't know. I don't know what to think about
I
that.
have my thoughts about a lot of that since she made that trip down there. You know,
Kale is still on Teen Mom, right? I haven't watched it in years. I do keep up with them.
I got down a guilty pleasure rabbit hole. I had some downtime and I was watching Barbara and
Babs.
Babs and whatever greatest,
Cool.
you know, compilation.
I love Babs. She's
Keep
the
going.
best.
That was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I think Kale
Hilarious.
would call her ass out unless there's a tie to the show where she's not able to, because it would mess up something with maybe Teen Mom or Lifetime, or maybe the Teen Mom people were there to film the book thing since Kale was going to interview her about the book.
Yeah, but I mean, I will say that Kale did ask her some, questions that other people haven't asked.
Exactly. And I think that's why she's extremely nervous in this one.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of
my
people
favorite, I just have to say, my favorite thing that Gypsy said about the book is, these are questions that no one's asked me about, like why I didn't leave. Bitch. Everyone's asked you that.
Everyone's asked you. That's like the most common question. Why didn't you stand up?
a lot of people are trying to say that she went with this because Ryan didn't come on.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Oh,
'Cause
that's right. Yeah, I heard that
she
too.
did try
And
months ago to get him up there.
yeah, this was she was sloppy seconds in this one.
Yep. Kale need to do a part 2. All right, I'm going to push play.
Daughter, the friend, the partner,
everything,
all of the things from a really, really young age.
Yeah, it's like having a bad marriage without the sexual part of it.
And how do you feel about that now? Do you feel like you'll know sort of where the boundaries are for your daughter when she's born?
Absolutely. Like, I feel like I don't think there's anything wrong with a close relationship with your parent or your daughter.
Right.
But there's a line between normal and weird.
Yeah. I have a hard time.
She's still trying to figure out that
my Lord.
line.
She doesn't know what normal and weird is. She has no clue. That was put in her ear. Like, you need to definitely emphasize on what's normal and
Probably
what's
what like
weird.
her close friends and family tell her when she talks. It's like, Gypsy, there's a line.
No idea what boundaries are.
No.
I mean, boundaries mean love. Boundaries mean, it's a very healthy way to be. And she doesn't. She's not healthy. She's
She's delusional.
Very.
Yes.
Did you see where a lot of people were comparing her top to Shannon Watts' top that she had on?
No, I saw them comparing her red top.
Yeah.
The red top to Lacey Peterson.
Yellow one.
Lacey Peterson. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I was thinking about.
I don't know. I was the Lacey Peterson, Scott Peterson stuff was like one of the, like when I was older, one of the first major trials where I was like emotionally invested in the whole thing.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But she did kind of look like her top, but you could never be Lacey.
No.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the Watts house. I guess that's why I said that, because
I used to have a little bit of an obsession.
Process, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I came to YouTube, was the Watts case. I used to have a little obsession with that house, just looking at it. I don't know what it is about
there's
that house.
apparently some very bad juju with that house because of what
Yeah, they
happened
should really
recently.
I think they should tear it down and build a playground or something right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Solid idea.
yeah. You still Nat?
Hello, ladies. How are you? Hi.
Good. How are you?
I'm working. I'm working on my case, the SMI case. I have
Your what?
my yeah.
What case?
I'm going to try for disability next year.
Oh,
I,
that's
I
Oh,
got
gotcha.
all my records, my medical records, and some of my school days, high school days. Is going to be really something, and I'm understanding a lot that why my mom protect me as Gypsy's mom protect her. That's very something.
Do you have an
Yeah.
advocate to help you?
I don't have no one. I'm doing this by myself. I'm going crazy. It's a
Well,
lot.
there's resources. They have disability advocates that will help for
It's a
stuff
lot.
like
I've
that.
been talking by myself and TikTok, by my own, trying to spread some awareness because yeah, I see some of my records that I'm behaving like weird, and they tell me I was weird all the time, and my mom come tell that I was different. So yeah, she was very much like Didi. So this case is really bugging me so much.
That's what I've been
It's
saying. Like,
so
okay, so if
painful.
you have a child and you see your child is not developing like the other children in what, different ways or forms, does that mean every test that you have to get for them means you have Munchausen by proxy?
No,
No,
not really.
absolutely not. And I think that
No.
this instance and her doing this is going to prevent or make mothers second guess what they do and not get the right care for their child. Like this is not
Yeah.
a good.
Pretty wild.
She's trying to cross over into the mommy vlogging world. That's why she's doing this interview, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Right. I agree.
That would be the worst thing for her to do.
That's
It's
what I
horrible.
think she's gonna do. But the things that she's doing and how she's going about
I don't
things and
want
what she's
my
talking
baby in
about,
the media.
yeah,
I don't want her in
it's
the media. That will last exactly. I mean, you've already posted goddamn
AI, baby AIs. One of them with
Maybe I
breasts,
at
by
this
the way.
point, I would
Just
like to
saying.
Yeah,
see
but we were terrible.
signs of life from Ken. I'd like to think him and Parker just hopped in the Jeep and
He's
went
done.
top down back to Dallas or something.
I
I
think
mean,
yeah, I think he's in there.
the only thing keeping him there is that baby.
I haven't even seen him though.
No,
He's
no
hiding
one
his
has.
fucking head in shame somewhere after
Oh,
this
for
book
sure.
release.
No.
I
For
want to know if he knew about this stuff before the book.
I
Has her
don't think
dad
so.
read the book?
I know.
I
I
don't
think Ken
think
knew
that Gypsy's
nothing.
so vocal and honest with anyone, you know, not even with herself.
Yeah,
Try
Kim,
to
we're
I
gonna
say it
mean,
need to shine
because
a light.
she has a disability. She doesn't want to come to terms with it. That's why she hates all people with disabilities.
she grazes over it like she's the exception, like she came unscathed. She's lying. I mean,
Yes,
look at
like
her.
she's like,
Look at
I
her
didn't have
eyes.
anything. I'm in the percent of people not affected by this. No,
That kind
Gypsy,
of
you have
That's
it, and you've had it
denial.
your entire life, and you are a sick kid. Like, stop it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
something.
really think that Mike Stanfield and Melissa Moore and all these other asshats, the Blanchards, Christy in particular, blew this whole, your mom was medically abusing you, and she's so delusional. She can look at the medical records and be like, yeah, she was. I mean, look, I had to do a sleep test. Oh no.
I
But
have
it
Oh,
seen
didn't
many of those.
exist.
in
But
I
the
have
then it
seen
book,
many
did.
of those.
when she's talking about sucking on the baba
Ugh,
till she was 24 years old, and
yeah.
she says, they made my teeth look like SpongeBob SquarePants, and then next says, which had to have them extracted, which I still don't understand to this
She never
day.
saw
What
such
do you
SpongeBob
not
SquarePants.
understand? Your teeth had to be pulled because you have freaking bottle rot. As you said, your teeth look
Right,
like
it is bottle
SpongeBob.
rot.
They
And I
had to
thought,
remove
hey,
them.
hey girls,
It
I thought
wasn't
that my
abuse.
cousin was the weird one sucking up a baba with 8
What?
years old. My
Wait, hold
cousin,
on. How old was he sucking a baba?
my cousin was 8 years old.
AT or what?
8 years old.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
still
I
have
was 6.
problems with
I
my.
had pacifiers until I was 6, and my mother like literally took them away from me. I had to go through withdrawals one night.
Well, like, yeah, say
Okay.
if your parent
Yeah.
really doesn't wean you off something, after a certain age, you're going to naturally not want a bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no,
20.
I mean, as far I always ask my mom, I'm like, when did you stop breastfeeding me? She was like, oh, you were done with me by 9 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pushing 10 is getting a little weird,
But I
let
did
alone
have a, I did
24.
have
Yeah,
a fire
definitely.
for until I was 6, but then my parents just took it away from me and made me like go through withdrawals one night, and I was okay.
Oh, poor baby.
I basically let my youngest, I was like, she's not going to want her passy forever. She will, and she did. She just, after a certain age,
Yeah.
she was about 4. Not gonna lie, she had that thing
And I
about
still
4 years old. She still wants.
My oldest, I don't even like saying this, but when she gets nervous, she sucks her thumb.
A lot of
And
kids do that.
I know, but it's like, I have to
I
like,
know adults that have had to break
my
themselves of that.
brother is a nurse and he sucked his thumb till he was 22. His thumb is literally an inch shorter than the other one. I
Why
swear
didn't
to
you just
God.
start sucking your thumb then, fuck Gypsy? You'd
Just suck
rather
your,
be a thumb
yeah.
sucker than a Pediasure
And
baba.
he shows my daughter all the time. He's like, "Look, Uncle C, like, quit doing that, or your thumb's gonna look like mine." And he shows him his thumb, and it's literally like a little bit longer than the other one.
Oh my God.
With a did it deform his thumb?
No, it's just a little bit longer. It didn't deform it.
Oh, Gypsy though. No, hers was not.
Something
Mm-mm.
tells me that the way she talks about her womanhood or whatever, it's like maybe something ain't right down there or something, because she keeps talking about it like
her
she has to
period or what?
reaffirm all of it. Like,
She has a
people
weird
lame.
obsession with her period, I swear. It's gross. And someone in my comment section said it's because she's obsessed with blood. She has a fixation of ugh, which would make sense. I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like the whole schmurder was because, Gypsy says in the book and stuff that she was going around the house and hiding all the picture, getting rid of everything, even though there were still pictures of her in the house and a whole I don't know what she was thinking, and then she killed her mom. And did she think that turned her into a woman?
Remember she said though that blood made her feel queasy to the officer. Like, she said
Liar.
that. Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
there's not one thing that she said besides, "My name's Gypsy Rose," that I believe.
Yeah. All right, I'm a push player. We'll be here all day.
Yep.
A 15-year-old, and then I have 7 kids all the way down to the age of 1. And so I have a really hard time with the parents that call their children their best friends, because I feel like you have to be their parent first.
Right.
And I think sometimes parents, and I've done it at times too, and that's why I speak from experience, is like the blurring that line and then having to take a step back and be like, okay, wait, I'm your parent first.
Right.
And it can be difficult.
You could be that person that they come to.
For sure.
And be that person to lean on.
Absolutely.
But to say best friend, like, no, you go to school, you
Right.
make your own friends.
Right.
But I'm here if you need me.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely clear lines that we have to set. But in the book you talk about your baby bottles. And I don't think that I ever heard that in like the headlines or the shows or the documentaries. Is that something that is exclusive to this book?
It is. It's not something that I really tell everybody or talk about, because it's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
So
Are you comfortable talking about it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the books.
Okay. Definitely go get a copy of this book, My Time to Stand. And so in the book, you talk about having a baby bottle, and up until the night of the crime, you were packing a baby bottle in your bag.
Correct.
What was that about? Can you talk about it?
Well, my mom never weaned me off the baby bottle.
Like, we're talking a bottle with nipples.
Yes,
Because you talk
like
about
a
bringing
baby
change.
bottle, yes.
There's no way Kale is buying this having 7 freaking kids. That
No,
You know what I mean?
absolutely not. She's trolling her a little bit. I agree. And I love that sticker is right in front of her face. Like
The killer one.
both of them, Chaos and the killer one, like that.
Yeah,
That's the cherry on
Priceless,
top.
yes.
those stuck out.
Love it.
So
I just don't know why she's
ahead.
bothered.
What do you mean? But why Gypsy's bothered or?
Yeah, she gets real bothered and uncomfortable, and her face starts looking like she's constipated. Like she starts getting really.
I think because every other interview that she's done, it's been rehearsed. This one, she's put more on the spot.
Yeah.
So her demeanor seems very different to me. And she's having to sit down with someone her own age, and I don't think she'll ever be able to relate to people her own age.
No, I hope Kale's really reflecting on life decisions at this point and chalking this one up to, glad to have learned from, and then we can hear about it later.
She posted something that was throwing a little shade too. It was like a clip of her and Gypsy doing like a TikTok trend. Can't remember the sound. But Kale put her own wording and she was like, "Why didn't you stand up?" or something like that.
We listen and we don't judge. Yeah.
No, not that one. It's a newer one. She just
I
posted
gotta look
the
at
other
it.
day. Yeah, go to her thing. I'll send it to you. Let me try to find it.
I was given formula through the feeding tube, but also my comfort. I never like took to a stuffed animal or a blankie or anything, but I loved the bottle.
Okay.
And so like strawberry Pediasure was my favorite. And my mom never said, "Oh, you're too old for that."
Okay.
She just let me continue on the bottle.
Sure.
To the point where I think that's why my teeth were buck teeth. My original teeth were bucked and just out of alignment.
Sure.
But even
that's why you had to have them replaced. Okay, it wasn't medical abuse. She knows, because that's one of the things, people who don't do their research, one of the first things they say were that she had all her teeth pulled out.
Well, why do you think that? I mean, I don't know. I'm also just annoyed that Jim Baldwin isn't behind her. It's like, my God.
Okay, I found that thing. I'm going to show it just really quick.
Yeah.
And then I saw a clip somewhere of Kale actually talking about it. It might have been on an Instagram live, and I don't really do Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Savannah, slow down. He is a liar, as
You always knew you could walk?
you say? Well, absolutely.
Well, yes.
Why did you work for him?
Then why didn't you get out of the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Savannah, slow down.
Savannah, slow down. I did see that feels like some shade to me. You get it?
That's awesome.
Oh no, I was always in the wheelchair, but I had enough muscles to get up. No, if you were always in the wheelchair, you would not have the muscular strength to get up.
No.
So that's bullshit. You were obviously walking around the house all the time.
I didn't know Dee was also on disability and got money for it. Gypsy really has a preference. Target people. Yeah. Ken, you got one of those too? People defending her always go for the teeth and hair. Yeah. I'm starting to think she liked her hair cut off, okay? Because she's to this day.
So it gave her wigs.
Oh, I agree.
The wigs were easier to put on.
Well, she's constantly fucking with. I'm thinking it may be a sensory thing. I don't know.
It might be.
Up until the night before the crime, I was still very much like that was my source of comfort, So it's like I'm addicted to narcotics, and I'm also sucking on a baby bottle to give me comfort.
That is so hard for me to wrap my head around. How do you feel about that when you think about it?
It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre now looking back on it.
But
but that was my normal.
Right. So during that time, you didn't know any different.
No, like that was my normal.
What is people's reaction similar to mine, where it's just like you're
Okay, was it not like 6 weeks ago when she told Fox News that she took it for, she took painkillers for like a week and it didn't affect her?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
part's changed so much. She goes, "Yeah, it did. I was out of my mind. It didn't affect me." To
Right.
this, to that.
Didn't affect me.
And so now we're back here. Jesus Christ. Okay.
The
you can keep going.
contradictions.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Sometimes my mind just like goes blank. I don't even remember what
know.
the hell she was saying. I totally forgot what she was even talking about.
You're truly
normal.
Right. So during that time, you didn't know any different.
No, like that was my normal.
What is people's reaction similar to mine, where it's just like you truly are addicted to narcotics and drinking out of baby bottle?
Yeah, it's two ends of a spectrum, and somehow
what's the spectrum?
I don't know.
I gotta hear that one more time.
What is people's reaction similar to mine, where it's just like you truly are addicted to narcotics and drinking out of baby bottle?
Yeah, it's two ends of a spectrum, and somehow I landed right between them.
And then the night of the crime happens, and then you couldn't take the baby bottle to prison.
Right. No.
So what was that like? Was it sort of like a cold turkey cut off the bottle?
See, to me, this is exactly what Gypsy needs, is someone like this who's like, well, wait a minute. Like, so you were in prison and you had to wean off of a bottle at 24 in a prison cell or a jail cell?
Wean off drugs?
I'm sorry, this is too much.
I need my bottle.
I want it now. I want my baba. I want the clear nipples.
I need a
Yeah,
baba.
make sure it's the clear one.
Not the brown. The clear has the good flow.
Yep.
Sort of deal.
Yeah, it's like I had taken the narcotic.
She's like rocking back and forth in the corner. I need my bottle.
I want the baba. The clear nipples so I can see the pink Pediasure.
It's warm. Ugh.
Has a better flow and you can watch it too. It's see-through.
I need it now. Put it under my armpit.
Under
For
her
later.
Yeah.
I used to warm it up in my armpit. That's a direct quote. Direct quote from her book. She said she used to warm her baby bottles up underneath her armpit. I did not need to know that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
cold turkey cut off.
I mean, who doesn't?
Her.
Yeah.
With the queer nipples.
Where were the baby bottles in the crime scene videos, though? That's what blows my mind.
She took them hoes. She took the baby bottles. They were in the luggage.
Really?
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. Was it? It wasn't even in the luggage.
Nope. No, she didn't bring anything with her.
Not a nipple in sight.
No.
Maybe she mailed it back to Nick's. I don't know.
That's why I'm like, did she just, was like, this is it. After this, we're going to murder my mom and I'm going to become a woman and I'm not going to need a baba and I'm not going to be sick and I'm not going to be medically abused. I don't know. Weird.
No, that's great.
I'm not going to pack my babas.
No more baba.
When she's talking about her period, and I know TMI for anyone who needs it. But she's talking about it and like, shit, what was I going to say? Oh, she's like, she describes when she got her first one. And she's like, I told mama, and what mama didn't tell me, like she just said, she's really matter of fact. Gypsy, this is what's going to happen. Once a month, you're going to have one of these. You're going to wear a diaper. It's just, what we go through. But Gypsy said that her mother didn't tell her that a period meant like your body can have a baby. And I thought that was really weird because my mom, I know I didn't tell my kids when they, that look, now you can have a baby.
Yeah, that's exactly what my mother said. Well, I also learned it through school and all that. I knew already.
Right. Yeah. But my mom
was like, the day I got my period for the first time, my mother was like, just so you know, now you can have a baby and you have to be careful. So,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
didn't
moms
get.
do.
I didn't
And I think
get
that's
those
what
the way she said it in like, My mom didn't explain to me that I was becoming a woman, I guess, because she's like,
Oh,
but then she'll be like, I loved having breasts and hips.
Ugh.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know.
yeah, but she was
That-
so
that-
emaciated when she went to prison.
She has an obsession with
Ugh.
having a baby.
Yeah.
Always.
That's for sure.
Always.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
That is
bottle
for
sort of
sure.
deal.
Correct. Like, you know, I had taken the narcotics.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pack a baby bottle. I just kind of left my old life behind
See how she talks about that?
entirely.
So in some ways that had to be liberating.
It was liberating, but also scary. It was new territory. Like for me, when I'm trying something new or I'm entering into a zone that I've never experienced before, I get a lot of anxiety about it.
Yeah. I mean, rightfully so. I feel like your entire life had to be built off of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine. So CPS comes just one time in
Just one time.
your entire life.
Entire life.
I don't even have words because I've seen CPS get involved in situations for much, much less and either do something or don't. And so when you look back, I mean, at the time, did it even cross your mind to tell CPS what was going on?
I didn't even know who they were. So I want to make it clear that when I grew up, like, okay, so most parents, to kind of discipline their children, you know, they're like, oh, the boogeyman's going to get you.
Right.
Okay. So my mom never said the boogeyman. My mom said the state. So I grew up being afraid of people that I thought were bad people.
Right.
That were going to take me away from her. And they were called the state. Yeah. And so what I didn't know back then was she was telling me to be afraid.
He's like, baby, we're committing all this fraud, but I'm going to take you to Disney World. We're going to do it up. Yeah, so we got to be careful because I don't want the state to take you because I'm getting you free houses. Not free, but, you know.
Yeah, she's definitely lying.
Oh my God.
Lying there too.
Growing up, my dad was always told, the home for homeless boys is going to come and take you. I'm going to call them. You know, I mean,
I could see her saying that, like, we got to be really careful because, you know, if we're caught, the state's going to take you.
Yeah.
So you got to not get us caught, baby.
That's a huge
Part of
possibility.
the fraud, part of the con, but not a reason. There's no reason in any of her
she's
story.
so proud too that they were only one time. That was it.
And you didn't tell them. You didn't know who they were? How did you not know who they were?
Afraid of CPS. And I didn't know that then. It wasn't until after I got out of prison that I kind of figured it all out.
Right, right.
And so when they came, I didn't know who they were. I'm like, do they work with the police? And they're asking me questions like, do I have bruises on my arms and legs?
Right. And did you?
I didn't. I didn't at that point in time. I didn't. However, they weren't asking me the right questions.
Right.
And that is kind of like where I fell through. That's kind of like where I put a lot of
you big bitch.
Yes, she was 19.
Yeah. Say, oh, well, no, not this, but this is going on. If it was really going on.
I'm sure she wasn't like been on those treatments and that punishment that parents does sometimes, you know, like chancla was a tip-top for me.
Yeah, you get that chancla right outside
I
your
was
butt.
running from my from my room trying to avoid la chancla. That's really something. Yeah.
Not the chancla.
Not the chancla, please. You're running from
That's when
the
you knew you messed
apartment like
up.
crazy. Yeah.
Well, I guess that is abuse and I don't know. I'm joking.
Well,
though.
I have la chancla and I have shouts in my home, so that's kind of abuse. But we come to terms, and my mom didn't know how to cope with the things that I was needed in that time. You know,
Right,
so
right,
of course,
right.
la chancla.
The chancla, hey, it's still somebody
still-
still, yeah,
yes.
people are still using their chanclas.
Well, and my mom, their parents the belt. So it's a de-escalation
Yeah,
of
I
the
knew
trauma.
people back like, my parents never I don't even remember being spanked, to be quite honest.
Yep.
But, you know, they never did the belt, but I had friends who would get the belt from their parents back then,
Yeah.
and none
It
of
was
them
really
murdered
common.
them.
It was really common.
Maybe Gypsy needed a freaking
Belt
hand to
or
the ass.
chancla.
Yeah, a chancla to the
A
head.
chanclet.
Yeah, she needed something that
Well, that's why
Mm.
I think she was, like, easy to manage until she was, like, you know, wanting to go hump every man she came across. And then that, you know, that's when things started to change.
Mhm.
And her mom had to put her foot down, and she didn't like that.
No,
Yeah.
nobody puts baby
like
in the corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody puts Gypsy in the corner.
guilt on me
Mm-hmm.
Baby and honey.
is because I'm like, well, why didn't I just tell them this?
Well, you were a kid. You didn't know any different. And you were also told to be basically taught to be afraid of them.
Exactly. So I'm like, you know, even though at this point I would have been a teenager,
Right.
but having the mindset of someone much younger because I was sheltered to be that way.
And also believed to be that. I think it was what, 4 years?
Yeah.
How old are you today?
I am 33.
33.
Yes.
And you would have thought that you were what? I guess 29, right? Like if this still
Correct.
continued.
It was always like every year of an advancement was like 2 years knocked back down.
Okay.
So it was progressive.
Right.
It was, you know, when I was 10, she would say I was 9. So it started with 1 year and then 2 years, and then it just progressed to more years as I got older.
Because it's easier to kind of hide the years as you get older, right? Like you could pass for 29, you know, sitting in front of me today. And so that makes sense. I can't understand how, when you were talking about in the book, you were talking about the medical records and, you know, the name spellings were off and then the dates of birth were changed and and those all sort of slipped through the cracks too.
Mm-hmm. And it's really shocking to me because even in certain medical records, there is descriptions of certain illnesses. So my mother described me as paralyzed from the waist down. But in certain transcripts, there is quadriplegic, paraplegic. So it is, I'm like, there's a difference in the two. So if you're a doctor, my eyes would be looking at that and automatically want to correct what's wrong. So it's like the medical records are basically scattered to the wind in inaccuracy. And it's so hard.
Can we like cut to her jumping off the porch?
Well, it does in the medical records. Like Becca said yesterday, the mother is a poor historian, but she
Yeah.
wasn't making Gypsy physically sick. She was not medically abusing her. She was abusing the medical system.
Right.
She was trying to figure out why she was sick. So
Yeah, but Dee Dee was still, you know, conning with this. You know, she's got
oh yeah,
paraplegic.
she
His
inflated
legs are
it
in-
a little bit. A little
right,
bit. A lot.
but she did it to get for financial gain, or you know, for a gain, not to. Yeah, it's not Munchausen. It's not medical abuse. It's fraud. It's just
It
fraud.
was all for Gypsy.
Yep.
Oh,
So if she
Gypsy.
went to a doctor, she's gonna put that she has muscular dystrophy instead of, you know, she did have the muscle.
Yeah.
She had muscle atrophy. I don't remember what it's called. Type 2 fiber something.
Yeah.
So,
Gypsy's
Weak
legs are
muscle tone.
mm-hmm.
But
hard to piece together any sort of sense.
Well, she's going doctor to doctor.
Doctor to doctor.
Maybe some of the files are not going with her, right?
Correct.
Wrong in there.
She did
Wrong.
not transfer
Mm-hmm.
them to one hospital to another.
Right.
So when the new doctor would ask for old records, she would claim that they were all, you know, washed away in Hurricane Katrina because back in 2005, you know, there was still that transfer from hard copy records to computer digital.
Even now, I think that they still struggle with that, right? Like I moved from Pennsylvania to Delaware and, you know, my doctors were asking for records, and I was like, I don't have those. You know what I mean? So it's sort of easy to lose the paper trail. So your mom would drug herself to sleep sometimes.
She was prescribed Ambien.
Right. So not abusing it necessarily.
Right, not abusing it.
When she would go to sleep, I know that in parts of the book you talked about still being in your wheelchair, but were there ever times that you did get out of your wheelchair and walk while she was asleep?
There would be times. So, like, if she had to go run an errand, there was times as I got older,
right,
that I did want to stretch my legs and get out of the wheelchair. And so, some of the most freeing times that I had was I would play CDs on the boombox and just dance.
Yeah.
That was my freedom.
Did she know that you were doing that?
She didn't. She did not, because I would be in trouble for.
How the hell are you jamming out on your boombox out of your wheelchair and Dee Dee can't hear it and see what you're doing? Bullshit. Why lie about that? Just say, yeah, my mom let me get out of the wheelchair at home. From time to time, maybe not all the time.
She says sometimes that was the case, but apparently in this interview, she's sticking with it wasn't. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, she said a couple of times that, she was allowed to get out in the house.
Yes.
And
what it
she's
is
sticking
depends.
with this
It's
story
pick and choose.
here.
I mean, she went from, I was never able to get out of my wheelchair, but but I was still fine to, walk. I still had muscle.
Just like she says that she never got to eat solid foods. It all had to be through the
Right.
no.
And we saw her eat that ham
Bullshit.
interrogation very easily, by the way.
Right. We need to keep a tally. We need to keep a tally on the evolving BB gun story that keeps changing.
Thank you.
The freaking baby bottle.
By the way, Chat GPT said that book was for mature audiences. Anybody 18 and under needed a parent, guardian, or counselor due to the distressing nature, violence, abuse, and adult explicit content.
Oh my God.
You not. I ran it through twice.
Yeah, well, she had to put that disclaimer out. It's sad that it took like the general public having to traumatize themselves by reading this book
She
for
didn't
her
read
to
it.
have enough self-awareness to be like, oh, this may need a warning on it.
I don't think that she knows what was in the book because that's
She
why
had to
some of
read
these.
it. She had to audio record it.
I think part of that's AI. I literally think
It
part of
has
that
to be
is
the
AI. She could
agree with you
not
100%.
sit
I agree with
through.
you 100%. Because I don't know if you guys watched the there's an episode of And Just Like That, with Sex in the City, that whole thing. She was doing her book. She was she was doing the the auto recording for her book, and it was hard. They were like, oh, you're missing this word or this word, and it was hard. And she's in this, and Carrie Bradshaw's a smart woman.
Right.
Gypsy isn't. So, I mean,
yeah.
remember what she said? She was like, oh my God, it was like 3 days in a row. It was so hard. And yeah, I agree. I agree that they couldn't get all of her because she can't
No.
pronounce things.
Some of the words were out of
She's
her
poor
scope
English,
of
so
her intellect as well.
It's like cheesy Harry Potter. I don't even know. I've never read Harry Potter, but
some of those words were too big for her mindset and the visions.
Michelle, I mean,
she said she read the dictionary in prison.
Yeah, she's like Malcolm X.
Yeah. That's just my opinion. I think part of the book is her voice, but it's AI written. I don't think that she could have gotten through all of that. I don't
could
think
write
she
better with
knows
AI
it.
than she can.
Right.
Did you hear yesterday in my live where I read what I put into chat in the story it gave me after I put in the details? That's the real story, Gypsy. I'm gonna put my own book out. How about that?
Right, you should.
All written by Chat GPT.
And then you're gonna be able to add Gypsy's name to your intro. Starlight, I didn't like that book that you did. You can go.
Somebody. Well, I
F
guess
off,
Fancy
Starlight. You're obsessed with my vagina.
Don't get me
You'll have
started on that
Gypsy
one.
on your
Yeah.
intro.
I have one of Hormaxer screaming, "I'm gonna fuck you, Starlight." Yeah, we need that one with Gypsy. We need him to scream. He's gonna. Never mind.
Yeah, don't you know that'll happen. I think though that I don't think she knew it was all in that book. So some of these questions Kale's asking her are literally probably like, well, it's in the book, so you know, I guess we can talk about it.
Yeah, I would have so many more questions. Let me interview you, bitch.
Yep.
I think she's gonna, she's gone private, blah, Ken is just nowhere to be found.
Where?
I don't know what she's gonna do after this, because I don't think Gypsy has it in her to actually leave social media.
No. No, she's gearing up for micro deletion mommy vlogs or something like that.
Oh,
Micro deletion.
before this leaves my brain, hold on, let me spit this out, or it's gonna
No,
completely
you
go away. Someone said this in my comment section. I've been thinking this also because yesterday I brought up I think Gypsy is into some weird age play stuff, to put it mildly. And that explains why she hung out with pedos in prison.
She gets
Just
real
saying, like,
explicit with
ugh.
that too, like the naked ladies dancing. She like, why are we doing a whole chapter about what that's I don't
Hey,
know.
Bethany. Hey, Bethany.
Nasty. She's
She is
nasty.
nasty. She's nasty.
Who thinks this was a good idea? Let's run with this. This is
I
good.
know!
This is good material. I love the drama. I love it. Yes, yes.
Oh, this is
Let's
such a
trigger.
great, yeah.
This
Let's
is
trigger
Melissa Moore's
everyone.
fantasy. Melissa Moore's fantasy with Gypsy Rose's voice.
I'm sorry. I'm just, ugh. I mean, she's only famous because her father was a serial killer.
Yeah. 100%.
If my father was a serial killer, you would never see me again. I'd move to the mountains someplace, buy a donkey, and change my name.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, she
Like
wears
Jeffrey
that
Dahmer's brother.
with a badge of honor and
Oh, she's like,
praise on
yeah,
people.
this is my survival story. It's like, you know what? Everybody learned from Jeffrey Dahmer's brother, who like moved to Saturn and changed his last name.
Yeah. No,
Oh
she
God, I would not want to be a
Oh yeah,
she
Dahmer.
he has a brother, but he's like, oh no.
Melissa Moore was not relatable, and she didn't have that cadence, so she had to bounce on to other people, Dr. Phil.
Yep.
She's been a lot of places, and then she got her meal ticket with Gypsy and Krusty, but
Yeah,
that's what it is, in my opinion.
she's not truthful. That's for damn sure.
No, not at all.
Walking even inside the house.
Oh, wow. So then did you lose muscle mass in your legs because you were in the wheelchair so much, or no?
I didn't lose muscle mass. No, because I still like every once in a while I would move my legs here and there, not meaning to, but she would have to correct me and be like, "Stop moving your legs."
At what point did you realize that you were not actually needing the wheelchair?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep pausing, but untrue. If she was confined to that wheelchair for as much as she said she is, she would have completely atrophied in her muscles.
Just every now and
I
then I'd
agree.
turn my boom box on and dance around my room, wiggle my legs.
And then just lay down. And then just lay down like a flaccid fish because my mom came. And I know I couldn't move my legs.
Had to move around in order to, on a regular basis, in order to have that kind of muscle in her leg. That is just such a lie. And that's what I can't stand. It's like, Gypsy, do you understand that people know that? Know that? Yeah. And she's like, no, no, no. Oh no, I'm, I got up like twice a month and I was fine. So there's muscles in my leg. That's bullshit.
No, I
I'm
agree.
sorry. You can go ahead. I'm just
No, you're fine.
that irked me. Because it's just wrong. It's stupid. No, in order to have muscles in your legs, you'd have to move consistently on a daily basis.
I mean, you were walking just fine after your mom was dead.
Oh
You were walking around the I mean, not the hospital, the hotel, on surveillance at the bus
Well, not
station.
only
You're not
that,
having any
but
problem.
she said that she wheeled through the whole house throughout that murder. But then
Right,
how did she
what?
get
that
on
is
the
such
floor?
bullshit.
No, I know. How
Yeah.
did she get on the floor in the fetal position and
Nick
then go
never
to
mentions. I think that is something that would stay in his mind, that she opened the door in her wheelchair. She was not
Right.
in her dang wheelchair. I think
No.
she's just trying to explain away why her wheelchair was in the bathroom.
And Stephanie, Nick's mom said she was bounding up and down those stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
As did his stepfather. They were like, she had
Mhm.
no, they were like, did she have a problem with mobility? They were like, no, not at all.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Just
She's such a fucking liar. Oh, God. Okay.
I know.
Sorry.
All right, here we
That's
go.
one of my rants.
Oh, you're fine.
Thanks,
Chair.
honey.
Like, how old do you think you were?
I mean, I always knew that I could walk, and I've always been honest about that. But it was, and goes right into the title. This is why I wanted to have the word stand in the title, is because yes, I knew that I could walk. However, my mom didn't let me get out of the chair.
Yeah,
so it was like I was
Mm.
forced to be in the chair.
That is so wild. I can't imagine. And it has to be, obviously, don't want to speak ill of the dead, right? But like that has to be mental illness.
Mhm.
As a mom, I can't imagine, doing these things to my own child, let alone any child. But
Yeah.
there has to be something deeper there. And I wish that we had more answers as far as that goes.
Absolutely. That's where I feel like, maybe in a sense the system failed her.
Yeah.
And the way we grew up in Southern Louisiana, particularly in my family, we don't talk about mental health.
Right.
Growing up in the 90s, it wasn't really talked about.
Right.
You're either labeled weird or just different,
Crazy.
crazy. Like
Mhm.
those are the terms that you grew up with in the 90s.
Right.
And sadly, she would have needed therapy. She would have needed medication.
You too.
But she didn't get those things.
Right. Right. She couldn't have because nobody was willing to. It's always you're crazy. And I think that raising awareness about it now is also, I mean, we talk about mental health all the time, right? Like in where we are today in life, I
Right.
feel like we talk about it all the time. And if they had that, it might be different.
Exactly.
But, who's to say? So you meet Dan. And you still drank from a bottle at this time, and you pack the bottle to go to Dan's house. Did he already know this?
He didn't know. I didn't tell him a lot. I didn't tell him I had a feeding tube.
He just showed up with a bag full of baby bottles. Dan had to have been freaked out. He had to have been freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? Oh, God.
Didn't tell him about necessarily how weird my life was and how different it was. There was certain things that came up in conversations, like I could walk. And obviously because I ran away that night.
Yeah.
But he was oblivious to a lot of what was going on.
And Dan was an adult that you met at a convention.
Correct.
And you guys had a romantic interest in each other?
I mean, I had a crush on him.
Right.
And I think he thought that I was cute, but it wasn't to the point where it was a relationship.
Okay. But you guys maybe had a little bit of an interest, a fling.
I was like, he's cute.
How old is he? How old was he?
He was 36.
And he thought you were how old?
15 at the time.
So that would be a pedophile, right?
I don't like saying that word. I don't like
That would be,
labeling someone anything. I don't like
okay.
labels put on me, so that's why I don't put labels on
Okay,
other people.
fair.
That's why you hung out with pedophiles in prison, because you don't put labels on people.
It's so gross.
Creepy
So
motherfucker.
gross.
Oh my.
I don't want to put a label on it, but yeah.
It's like she doesn't identify as a murderer.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's questionable. It's definitely questionable behavior. So your mom threatened to, or she did actually like out him as, someone who liked children.
Correct. So once my mom brought me back home after running away and catching me with Dan, that's whenever she started to like call the people that like knew about it in a very vague way.
Okay.
And so she claimed that Dan kidnapped me, that he took me to somewhere, and that like I was safe, I was found. All the while I was chained to a bed at this time. So she's
because you ran to Dan's.
Because I ran to Dan's.
And have you had communications with Dan since?
No.
Never. He's never reached out to make sure you were good and okay.
No, we had a text exchange like the day that I got arrested. And he had texted me and he's like, everybody says you're missing. Are you okay?
That was
So that answers the question we've all been wanting to know, because Nick said in his interview, in his interrogation, that he would apologize to everyone, but not for Dan. And then I think it was Fancy or somebody said that she had a message from Dan before the police got there. So there you go. There's the answer. She said it was, he texted her after she made the Facebook post.
Yeah, I think Kale, she said no, and then she said nothing. And then, so she was like, well, one message before I went away. Like, I don't think if she would have asked her nothing, like reaffirmed it, we would have gotten that answer.
Yeah, you're right.
The text.
That was the text. And I never had any communication since.
Wow. He was because he was scared. He was on parole, right? You found out that or house arrest?
It wasn't house arrest. I think I found out that it was like probation.
Okay. And then
probation parole.
He would have gotten in trouble probably for talking to you at that point.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Was this to Dan's where you ask the neighbor, or is this the second time that you run away, that you get to the neighborhood and you knock on somebody random's door?
That was the first time. So that was with Dan. Yeah.
Okay. So he's in the hospital. Okay. So you just knock on some random person's door?
I did. So it was the community, the housing community that was right on the side of the Habitat for Humanity community.
Okay.
So it was literally up the street.
Okay.
And I knock on the first person's door that I see.
And you're like, I'm
like, I called him my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, my boyfriend is in the hospital. Can I get a ride?
They didn't know who you were?
They didn't know who I was. But I wore a long blonde wig. I still remember what I was wearing. I had a long blonde wig. I had a oversized, like too big of a red bra. It was like 2 sizes too big. A black tank top, jeans that were too big, and a Harry Potter hoodie.
Did they think you were on drugs?
Fucking Harry Potter.
I probably looked like I was.
What did they say to you?
They're like, okay. I mean, it was a nice man. It was probably like 2:00 in the morning. And he gave me the ride. But
he took you?
Yes.
And then you get to the hospital and you're like, hey, Dan, what's up?
Yeah.
And y'all just hung out in the hospital?
Yeah, well, he was released within 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And so his cousin was there with him. And
right.
So his cousin had drove us back to the friend's house that he was staying at.
Okay. And they also didn't know who you were, like what your story was?
They were asleep when we got there. It wasn't until the morning where the man, the husband, comes in the room and asks me my name. And stupid as all I can be, I'm like, Gypsy, I'm Dan's girlfriend. I'm so stupid.
Yeah. And then he's like, your mom's here.
Yeah, an hour later, your mom's here.
And you were convinced that she was going to let you continue to have a friendship with Dan.
She did. She's like, if you come back with me, I'll let you have a friendship with him. I'll let you see him. I'll let you talk to him. Just come back with me. And I believed her. And I went back with her.
And then at that point, that's before the shed incident?
Correct.
Okay. So the second attempt to escape was in 2012.
And what was the mindset at this time? You're like, I already had a failed escape. You go back home with your mom. She tells you can have Dan as a friend, but you were like, no, I need to escape still. Because she changed you to the bed
That was
between incidents.
Yes. So, I mean, that was definitely like a cracking point, is that I never submitted, I guess you can say, fully to the idea that this was going to be my life.
So did that first attempt give you almost like a hope that you're like, okay, I didn't do this right the first time. I could do it the second time.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, well, maybe if I make certain differences. So, I pack a bag in the middle of the night. I'm going to attempt to leave to just go anywhere, because at that point I hadn't texted with Dan, so I had no idea where he was.
Okay.
But I was just gonna run
and just see where
I was gonna be homeless. I didn't care what I had to do. I was just gonna go.
But that one failed as well.
It failed as well. She found my backpack. And that's whenever there was a standoff, and that's whenever I shot her.
Now, why would here comes the BB gun story.
Yep.
She was going to run away. Dee Dee wouldn't let her run away, so Gypsy thought shooting her.
Fourth version of the story, by the way. Fourth version.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Devolution.
A standoff.
Standoff with the dagger.
Mexican standoff.
I've had a standoff with my mom before, but it didn't result in violence.
Yeah.
Huh.
Her with the BB gun.
Okay. So that is actually the next question I have is, why did your mom have the BB gun to begin with? Why did she buy that from Walmart?
So she
was
had
scared.
bought that because she had told me it was to keep Dan away. So
Did you think it was a real gun?
That's such a lie.
I knew it was a BB gun.
That is
No,
so
no,
stupid.
no,
It doesn't even make
La,
sense.
la.
She got that dang gun, that BB gun, to protect herself from you, Gypsy. She was scared of you.
And according to Gypsy earlier, she thought it was a real gun. What the?
I know, it keeps changing.
You know, sorry, words. You remember from, if anybody that has seen the crime scene photos, remember how Dee Dee had the markings around her ankles?
Markings. No.
No. They toe tagged her. I mean, that's how they.
Right.
Or are you talking about like from the sheet or something?
I can't remember if there was signs that there had been restraints around an area of her
People
body.
say that, but I haven't heard like a medical expert say it.
Well, I just wonder.
Like Natasha Cooper thinks that she was carved into. I don't.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh my
I'm thinking
God,
if Gypsy, this whole chaining thing, is what she tried to do to her.
Right? I often wonder how much of her story is just pure projection.
Deflection. Yeah, deflection and projection.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's wrists do look kind of messed up, but that could be blood pooling. That could be,
Right.
I
No, I was just, some of the things she says and she reiterates and changes the story. I wonder if that's what she did to her mom, which is terrible.
That's probably.
But
she should have shot your ass with that BB gun.
Yep.
So she had bought that because she had told me it was to keep Dan away. So
Did you think it was a real gun?
No, I knew it was
Liar.
a BB gun.
Okay.
Which in certain
lie. I'm about to prove it. Hold on, we got a couple more. A couple more seconds.
Documentaries and transcripts and stuff like that. Some people are like, oh well, she didn't know it was a BB gun. No, I knew it was a BB gun.
Okay.
So
you didn't think it was going to kill her or anything?
No.
Okay. And when you shot her with it was to scare her, or did you think it would kill her?
Oh no, it was just to scare.
Okay. Did you get out of the wheelchair to shoot her with the BB gun?
I didn't. I stayed in the wheelchair the whole time.
How the?
What is the state of the frame of mind for that? Like, I guess
have no idea. It's when you are in a state of being so afraid,
right?
Logic goes out the window,
right?
So I may have.
All right, that's the end of that one.
So she wheeled herself into the standoff with
a dagger. With a dagger.
I have to tell you.
Yeah, I can envision it all.
I tried to run away twice in my life, I tried to run away twice in my life.
Yeah.
When I was 8, more or less, and I was then 10 years old. My mom
But
just discovered my bag. It's like, what is this? I
yeah,
want to
Yeah.
go away. I want to run. What's the reason? I don't want this anymore. It's like I don't know how to explain to you that this is painful.
I
That
tried
was
to
my
do
state of
that once
mind.
as a teenager, and my mom
But
slept in
yeah,
front of my door.
sorry.
She had
I've
moved from in front of my door. Thank
I've
God. I don't know
it
where I
was like,
thought I was gonna go.
yeah.
I
I
think
didn't know at that time what am I going to do, but I want to go away from my house when I
can you
was a
imagine
kid.
her
I was
though?
just
That
being a brat.
jazzy. Oh yeah, I was a brat too. That jazzy wheelchair was power operated, so she had the dagger in one hand, the BB in the other. How was the wheelchair going?
Yeah.
Right. How are you like over her holding a dagger but sitting at the same time?
And wheeling that wheelchair.
Uh-huh. All right, here's this one. Debunked. Your story keeps changing.
Her with a BB gun.
Did you think it was a real gun?
No,
You knew it was a
I
BB
knew
gun.
it was a BB gun.
Okay.
Which in certain documentaries and transcripts and stuff like that, some people are like, "Oh, well, she didn't know it was a BB gun." No, I knew it was a BB gun.
Okay.
So
you didn't think it was going to kill her or anything?
No.
Okay. And when you shot her with it, it was to scare her, or did you think it would kill her?
Oh no, it was just a scare.
Okay. Okay.
When I shot my mother, I just remember thinking, like, oh my God, did I just do that? What did I just do? A couple of them hit her, a couple of them hit the wall, but the wounds were superficial. It barely grazed her. That's when I realized it was a BB gun.
In 2011, Gypsy had plotted to escape once again. When Dee Dee found Gypsy's bag, she confronted her daughter about it. Gypsy recalls that, "A million things were going through my mind of how bad this was going to be." During the confrontation, Gypsy noticed Dee Dee's gun on the table. Her mother normally kept her gun in a safe, but she had used it earlier in the week. Gypsy discloses that she grabbed the gun and threatened her mother with it. "Before I knew it, I pulled the trigger multiple times." Gypsy reveals shooting her mother 10 times. Reflecting on the incident, she adds, "A couple of shots hit her, a couple hit the wall. The wounds were superficial, it barely grazed. That's when I realized it was a BB gun. It made me relieved because I did not intend to kill her. The point is, I was shocked that I pulled the trigger at all." To conceal her injuries, Dee Dee later fabricated a story, claiming they were victims of a robbery. Gypsy recounts, "She told people that we were robbed in Walmart's parking lot by a mysterious assailant who shot her with a BB gun," Gypsy says in the docuseries.
That's whenever I shot her.
Okay, so she
But yeah.
said in the docuseries that she didn't know it was a BB gun until after she fired it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is her. This is her, and these are her enablers saying that, she's lying, obviously. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, that's okay. No, let's just move on. But those of us are saying, wait, she's lying. And in fact, there's like 4 different stories, and like, where are the police reports? Oh, we made a police report, because it happened in Walmart. NPR and everyone miss these flip-flops. I
don't
know,
know.
right?
I don't think they do miss
They
them.
don't.
They have to.
And it doesn't seem
No.
to apply to her.
Right,
That's
because she says in the thing that in the book that from her memory and the lapses, and she makes a nice little segue for herself to have lots of air.
It's really weird, her relationship with Mike Stanfield.
Yeah, I agree. I hate that.
Why is he everywhere? Why is he always there? I don't
He's
get
like
it.
he reminds me of like a dance mom. Reminds me
Yeah.
of like a
And he got fat too. That's right. I called him fat.
yeah.
Probably
I'm
like
skinny.
Mike was my daddy
getting
before I
busy.
got to know my daddy.
Uh,
She has a weird thing. I'm telling you, her daddy issues
She has
are
weird,
strange. They're very strange.
well, Rod probably thinks Mike is really, really strange. He's like, he's such a nice guy.
Rod doesn't have a clue what's going on.
No, he's just avoiding any contact with his wife. I can guarantee you that.
Probably. Oh, man. All right, let's see. I got a little bit of time. We can watch some of the next one. All right, which one are we on? 1, 2, and 3.
So I may have been touched on this in the book where the night of the crime, I was going around the house taking pictures off the wall of me because I thought, well, maybe the police won't know I live here.
Yeah, you said that in the book.
All logic just goes out the window. So in that moment, it was complete survival mode. Nothing made sense. So get out of the wheelchair. Yeah, that didn't cross my mind. It's like, stay in the wheelchair, stay in the wheelchair. I'm
Right.
programmed.
You know what's interesting though about the taking the photos off the wall though and removing them? That to me is a little bit more logical because you had fallen through the cracks so many times all the way up until that point.
We missed a
So
part.
I don't know, but you know how she says, I may have touched on this in the book? She don't know. She don't know I might have touched
that's
on that.
weird. Like, how do you not know it?
Who says that?
Especially when you had to read the thing.
Like I
you
said,
had-
I think she read parts of it and then the AI generated part took over a good portion of that book. There ain't no way her mouth could handle that.
Oh no, absolutely not.
that to me is a little bit more logical because you had fallen through the cracks so many times all the way up until that point. So if you weren't in the home anywhere, I mean, maybe I wouldn't necessarily think you didn't live there, but it wouldn't have made a difference. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think that was like illogical.
Okay.
But so you meet Nick online later in 2012 after the second escape attempt, the second escape attempt. And you connected on a Christian dating site.
Yes.
Where was your mom during this time?
So my mom was around the house. You know, we still lived together. She and
I think Gypsy was running that household by this time.
Hey, I think Apple and Codebox are backstage.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Apple, Codebox, and someone named Sarah.
Hey guys.
Form bomb me.
Who?
Oh,
hi,
Sarah.
Oh, hi,
Hello.
Sarah.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Can
y'all hear me?
Yes.
I tried to.
I don't think I could roll my eyes hard enough at this.
I know. I watched this whole interview and my head exploded. I was like, if I had any brain cells that weren't dead, well, they are now. And the thing that gets me the most is I've questioned for a while why she constantly demonizes her mom. And I mean, obviously, I know the reason, but she wouldn't do the same to Rod, despite the fact that
exactly
because like if you're going by this is going by the perspective of the story that she's telling. So if she's going to live, if she was with this supposedly abusive mom who gave her so much hell, why won't she hold the same amount of animosity towards Rod? Because
1,000%.
he knew about the abuse, didn't do anything about it. Wouldn't he? So wouldn't you hold that same animosity for that parent for willingly not saving you from a situation?
Exactly.
But then when you think about it, she has to demonize her mom to make profit. So of course she would do that and not on Rod, even though it would make more sense to demonize.
I think it also has to do with her daddy issues. Like,
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, like she has him on this like pedestal, even though I think in the book she throws some pretty low blows at him.
She does.
But you're right as far as like why doesn't she hold Rod to the same standard? And I do not know why, other than she thinks he.
Because she has to make profit off Dee Dee. It's the most logical.
Is she like attracted to him? Is that the reason?
I'm saying. I've been saying, Christy better watch out. She's gonna be next because she wants her daddy. She says in the book, it's just one of the quotes that really stuck out to me. She said, "I went from wanting a daddy to finding
fishing,
a boyfriend.
fishing for a boyfriend."
boyfriend. That's a
Yeah.
weird thing to say.
Yes.
As
That
a
is
woman, in my
weird.
opinion.
Yeah, that is weird. Why would you say that?
Never ever
Don't
said
correlate
that,
daddies
thought
and
that about my
boyfriends.
dad.
Yeah, exactly. I don't correlate the two.
No.
It's strange. But I think either way, no matter what, Dee Dee has to be the villain because she had her killed. So she can't say she was a good person because she thinks that villainizing Dee Dee justifies what happened. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And she profits off of it now. She figured
And
out
there's
how to
so
do
many
that.
people online, like on TikTok and other things, that will actually say she deserved what she got. And no, like no one deserves that. Even if this whole thing was true, which it isn't, she still wouldn't have deserved what happened to her.
Oh, not at all.
And it's very telling too that Gypsy says in this interview that she now has sympathy for Dee Dee. Oh, so now you have sympathy for her after you unalived her.
Yeah,
that
she said
is really disgusting.
She says she found humanity in her. And for you to have to like find that to humanize your own mother, like you had to find, find a way to
Wait,
do
wasn't that
that
in like the donations that came into that home that you were living in?
Right.
Like how were you not finding humanity in all the donations that were paying your way?
I think she was spoiled.
It is weird.
She's a brat. She's a brat.
He really is.
Like, I'm not a parent, but I'm just gonna say it. She's a little brat, and good parents out there, they would have disciplined that child. But instead, I think that Dee Dee was like letting her do whatever she wanted. Unfortunately,
whatever was easy.
Honestly, she's worse than that. I could say a lot of derogatory words to her, but I'm not going to.
Do it, code box.
Yeah, do it. We're on TikTok.
Please.
We're not on we're on YouTube, not on TikTok. You can say it.
That's true. Well, I mean, for one,
Yeah,
she's a slut.
She a hoe.
Good job, code box. I'm proud of you.
Faux show.
She is a fucking cunt.
I
don't call just anybody that, and I don't just call anybody that, but she
did murder for sausage. She did not murder her mom for anything other than wanting to be a hoe.
Did you see?
Said no, Gypsy. That's the one time.
Gypsy, don't be a putita.
That was the one
please.
time Dee Dee said, "No, baby, you can't be a hoe. I'm not going to."
Charlie, did you see that NPG thing today? It actually broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah,
I have to say.
It reminded me why the Justice for Nick. It was just reaffirming on why people. I don't know what Justice for Nick means. I don't know what it looks like, but I know he was done horribly wrong.
He was done dirty, and I said it last night on all of my thoughts I said last night on Morbid's podcast. He may not be as much of a victim as Dee Dee, but he's still a victim in how Gypsy demonizes him.
Well, just like his mother as well. Like, she's not an actual victim of this crime per se, but she is a aftermath of what this caused.
Yeah, I want to say something about the podcast of yesterday about the woman that came to the panel with this child that was aggressive and she's on the spectrum. I have to say, there's no correlation between autism and violence. There are no correlation. If you have on top another diagnosis that can aggravate that sense of violence, that's the case that is going on. Okay, but autism alone, it doesn't have any correlation with violence.
No, I have never ever seen that in anyone that I've ever met. I've never Like I'm not understanding how, like, if you watch that interview today, which was actually like very heartbreaking in a lot of ways, but he's talking and he continuously is like, I really loved her. I did this because I loved her. That's just, it's so sad.
And he's not.
Yeah.
And someone did mention in Morbid's panel last night in the chat, and I agreed with this. If it took her over 2 years to manipulate him, he wasn't as violent of a person because he never had a history of violence. But if it took that long just to manipulate him to do that, then it shows that he's not like a super violent person. Does that mean I think he should be out and about? No. But I do have, this is probably stems from my sympathy of people with disabilities like him, because I'm someone with a disability that's been mistreated before, and I just have more sympathy for people like him, even though I do agree that he is in a situation where I don't think he can be unsupervised ever again.
But that
No,
isn't
he
necessarily jail time.
He should be in like a group home.
That's what
type
I
of-
think,
group
Starlight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You see,
I do.
do
I
think
agree with that.
but
I agree with that.
At this point, he's been in prison too long, and people with his condition
Institutionalized.
don't
Yeah.
accept change that well. So I think he's
Yeah.
the most comfortable way.
Yeah, that's
currently
where
right
the
now.
gray
That's
area
what I think
comes
too.
in.
Injustice is like this is all he knows now is his life in prison, and if where he's at is anything like Chillicothe,
I
that
can agree with that. Yes.
yeah, Chillicothe sound like if you're gonna send me to prison, please send me to
Exactly.
Chillicothe. You
Yeah,
get to
no
have a
kidding.
curling
I mean,
iron.
apparently you can do whatever you want there. So yeah.
They let them have curling irons. You have a room, a key to your room.
They don't
It's like
work well though.
it's
If
more
it's
of
the one
a
that Gypsy went home with, that
That's
thing was not hot.
a bloody weapon. Like I don't understand. Like when she's talking with her unturned on curling iron, that's a weapon in prison or like anywhere. Why would they allow you to have that? Even
maybe
if
they
you're
only
in
allowed
like
to use
the top tier prison, like even if you're like the best inmate
You
ever,
need to ask
and
Nadeka
you still don't, to my knowledge, you don't get those kind of privileges.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Nadatha. I don't know if you know
I don't know. She was a
Walker.
pillow
Yes,
princess
I
and
love
all.
her.
So, her pillow princessy days, she might have gotten
Oh
that
my
privilege.
god. Bryn, I can't even. You kill me so much.
With laughter.
I just I don't get it. Like, really? And she was on the phone. We know she was on the phone, like, making, again, I don't
Scam
know what I can
calls.
say,
That's
like
what phones do.
scams on the
Yeah.
phone. And they heard her. Like, we know that because Fancy interviewed that woman who was like a prison guard. So,
Oh yeah, I need to go back and revisit that.
yeah, she was also one of the first responders.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
need to
got
go listen to
fired
that
from
again.
her job because of this whole scenario.
Debacle. Yeah. But she's making some naughty calls.
But yeah, that's just where I stand.
Did you see
Ew, can you imagine?
on the NPG video they showed like letters from Gypsy handwritten with
Yeah.
kiss, her lipstick on them.
Oh
Or do you
god.
think was she writing those from home or are those they
I'm
had
not
to have
sure.
been
I'm not sure. I
don't
would
think they
have
were
to
from prison.
I would have to look at it.
Brie, are
look at
you
it.
doing this
You haven't seen
lipstick?
it?
Are you doing this? What are you doing, Brie?
Oh,
Not
no, those
Brie.
are old.
Brie.
What is
The-
Bree doing?
The lipstick, no,
Well,
those are
I don't
old.
know. Like, is she the one sending out these? Like, I just can't imagine that girl putting any effort into anything. I
No,
think she's
this is-
lazy as hell.
This is like older stuff, like before this year. This is like
Starlight, I put a link in the back of Andrew. He
I'm
made a video
scared.
on
I'm
this.
Oh
scared to
my
look at
God,
it.
Andrew.
How good is it?
Is it good?
I didn't even look at it. I just got a notification that he made a new video. So.
I can't.
Andrew, just get help. Just go and
It's
see.
on YouTube, so
help.
I'm assuming he doesn't strip, but I'm just assuming that.
Oh my God.
I mean,
If you guys have not watched the MPG video, I'm gonna put it in the chat because it's like 30 minutes long. So y'all make
Toddy
sure
did
to
a
watch.
reaction to
Oh,
it
she
as
did?
well. And yeah, she did. And it was really good. Like, I actually watched the video, and then right after she did the reaction, so I watched that too. And I have to say, I do agree with her. Like, there are certain parts that may be edited. Like, she was saying, like, is there AI in this? It's possible. I don't know. We just have never heard the word. I think he called himself King Charming.
Yeah.
We've never heard that before.
Yeah,
I've never heard that.
He's got a bone with case study, it seems. Uh-oh.
crotch study. Okay, this guy has. Oh my God. I can think of.
Y'all see that case
I
study?
consider more time deciding what I want for McDonald's more than he can come up with names to insult me.
Oh, look, a Cobox popping off today.
He looks
Cobox sassy today.
His eyes are just
Yeah. Why is he
His
always
eyes
wearing the
freak
same
me out.
shirt?
He
Like,
says
I
he
get if
works
he
in
was.
the medical field.
They're scrubs.
Well,
yeah.
oh, he says, yes.
He says, I don't necessarily
Well, if
believe.
he wants to get it right, if it's about case study, then he needs to put a Z on the end. I mean, get it right.
Why is he going after case study?
I don't know.
Why does he go
This
after
video
anybody?
is for case study.
Oh my God.
So I was listening to Morbid's panel, and I did not like how aggressive you were towards Ivory.
Oh my
Rose
God. I
Wild.
can't.
The fact that you were hating on her because she explained why she needed an attorney.
She didn't.
Who do you think you
She
are?
didn't explain that. I still don't know why she needs an attorney.
She won't tell us.
Oh my God.
It was a speeding ticket.
Okay,
Like,
so
why are people saying
swear-
she was attacked? People had questions.
there's
Yeah.
I saw his comment to her, and as soon as I saw this video with his name case study's name pop up, I was like, oh man, I already know. I put 2 and 2 together that he was gonna pick a bone with him.
Oh God.
Boy,
Case is very intelligent. Like, his videos are amazing. So I'm assuming that's also part of it.
Well, Andrew's just jealous because Case is a male that's up there. He did the same thing to Injustice that got attention
He
from
also did the
Morbid.
same thing to me too.
I know, and you.
Yeah.
And he just it's
The thing that I find weird about, I think it's honestly very telling how much Andrew needs help. The fact that he has this love-hate thing where he supposedly hates us so much, but he spends all of his
He's
time
watching.
the
Well,
movie.
Cowboy Bear too. All the stuff that he said about
he has to
him,
get-
like,
oh yeah, I know.
He has some issues that he really needs to address.
Oh, you're
That's
you're
not a-
chopping up over
Yeah,
there,
you're chop and
Cobot.
screw. Chop.
Yeah.
He
You know what?
he gets
what
his
else?
he gets his supply from everybody. Like, this is his fuel.
Well, he keeps hating on me, but at the same time, he keeps hitting on me. And first off, I'm straight, so it's just it's weirder. It's weirder because I'm straight. But, like, if you hate me so much, stop fucking coming at me in Morbid's comments flirting with me. And stop flirting with me on panel. It's weird.
oh my
He's
God.
trying to kill you with kindness in the cock, you know?
Oh
That's
my
what he's trying to do.
Oh God.
This is
No.
All right, I'm push play.
really fucking weird.
It's not your damn business. It's nobody's business on that panel.
Oh my
Is
God.
it taking money away from you or your family? Did you
Brings
donate?
it up.
Did anybody else on that panel donate? Everyone on that freaking panel always has something to say. And Morbid likes to bring people on panel that don't like each other so they can argue and he could look good when it comes to his views.
Never seen that.
That Nelly Belly, Big Nelly Belly, is no better than you.
You better leave Nelly Belly alone.
Yeah,
Basically, what
I've
she-
been talking with her in chat. She's a very nice, like in a private message. She's a very nice person. Like,
How much
just
you wanna
get out of
bet
here.
Fancy's gonna have Andrew up there?
Oh,
Wait,
Either
what?
fool him or rule him. How much y'all want to bet?
Wait, what? What'd you
Who
say?
thinks that Fancy will take him up there?
No. She
No?
won't.
You don't think?
I don't think
No, I don't think so. either.
Not even Fancy is that dense. I don't think.
No, I'm not
no,
talking like
she's-
that. I'm not talking like that. Like,
Fancy's fine. Fancy's fine.
no, I'm not saying that in any sort of way. Like to make a mockery of him.
No, what do you? Oh,
Oh,
then
maybe, yeah, maybe.
Also, like, he just says that everyone on Morbid's panel always has something to say. Gee, Andrew, it's almost like that's how an opinion works.
I listen to you guys while I'm working and doing anything. I can tell you, I've never heard you all go against each other ever. Like,
man, those people on
ever,
Court
ever.
Those people on Court TV sure have a lot to say.
Sure do.
Right.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has
I love
one.
what I
Pardon
love
me,
what
I'm
Carolina girl said in chat. She said 1 minute he's showing his dong to America, and the next he's reprimanding everyone else.
You're always so angry, Andrew. Look at your face. You're so mad. It's okay.
Yeah, it's like, and we don't have people. People are like, oh, everybody who goes on Sir Morbid, if they disagree with them, they get attacked. It's like, no. And then we might give our opinion, which is probably different than theirs. It's
He
not.
had his 3 inches of fame. Like he should
But
just
yet,
roll
Nicole,
on.
but yet, Nicole, if they
It's
won't
3
let
inches.
anybody up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cobox, what were you saying, sweetheart?
I said they won't let anyone up with an opinion of them. So
I can't hear you.
Your internet is poo-poo today.
Oh, sorry. Am I good right now?
Yeah.
You're good now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
I said, but yet they won't let anyone speak who has an opposing opinion to them.
No, they
Never.
won't.
I even wouldn't even let people watch.
No, they block. Block. Block and block.
If anyone is going to actually call Morbid out or do anything, it would be Starlight. Like, she is literally the person that would be the person that says something. So the fact that she doesn't,
the devil's advocate.
That's right.
You always do. And I think it's very nice, even though I don't have the grace that you do. You are a very nice person. That's for sure.
I try. Okay. I'm
Yes, and very neutral and very.
Don't be telling people that. Don't be telling people she's nice. No, I'm just
I don't
playing.
even remember what Gypsy did
give away my
yesterday that
secrets.
Starlight was streaming about, but it was like something really stupid, and it brought out like Starlight's mom voice. Like she was actually lecturing Gypsy, and I was just like, how do you have to mess up that badly to make Starlight go to full-on mom mode to lecture?
It's years of being on social media. You have real boundaries, Gypsy. Like being on social media develops real boundaries because real
Could
things
one
happen.
of you actually be her mom? Like, Starlight, could you actually have disciplined this person? Like, I just feel like
pulled a
she
BB gun out on me.
We're too young.
Yeah,
We're too young to be your mom.
She would have pulled a BB gun out on me long before.
I would have pulled it back on her. Like, I'm just gonna say.
I'm sorry. That's the thing. Like, Dee Dee was such a tyrant. Dee Dee was so horrible. If I pulled out a BB gun on my mother, I would.
I'd be scared to death.
I'm 50 years old, and my mother would have, like,
Please don't hurt me, Gypsy.
But that's one thing I want to know.
Really?
Was it like
I would have gotten smacked across the bloody face for that. Like, are you kidding? I wouldn't even have been smacked. I would have been thrown outside, and I would have never had a family again.
Apparently that's what happened to Gypsy. She got thrown outside.
Pistol whipped me.
Yeah. I
And
want
I
to
don't
know if
know
this
what I'd
was
do.
like
I'd be in shock. I'd be in pure shock. Like,
Dee
what the?
covered for her. Dee covered for
Yeah, she did.
Does
Mm-hmm.
anybody know if this was like a rifle type or like a hand type BB
Little
gun? Like,
hand BB
No, it's-
okay,
gun.
that makes more
Those
sense.
are,
Does it make a
I've never,
difference?
Well, it
I've
does
never
in
been shot
terms.
with one, but we had BB guns growing up.
Some of them look very real, but
Yes.
there's all kinds. There's
Well,
bigger
she
ones.
said first she thought it was real. Then she said that in the Kale or K or whatever
Yeah,
her
that she
name
knew
is,
it was a BB
that
gun. Lying.
yeah.
She thought it was a
So
gun.
what is the real thing? Like, did you think it was a real? Like, I just don't.
She said she was
I
relieved to figure, to open her eyes and see it was a BB gun.
it doesn't even matter. Like, that's such a terrible thing to do to somebody. Like, that's terrible.
I would have
Like,
never pulled a gun on my mother.
it doesn't matter if it's a BB gun or a real one. Like, that's a terrible thing to do to your mother, nor less any other person. Like, I'm sorry. I just wouldn't do something like that at all.
Yeah,
And you're all at the
that's a
record for
touchy
that.
subject for me personally.
I don't understand how people are applauding this person, that they're thinking that this is a good person to like follow. And if anything, like yesterday,
Right, Nicole?
Sorry?
No, I said right, Nicole. So abused.
She was so abused.
yeah.
So that constituted killing. It
I'll show you real abuse.
Oh
Like,
my
let me
gosh.
tell ya.
It just came to my head. I think that marking with the V with the blood, that had to have been Gypsy because she's obsessed with
blood.
I see. I have a whole different theory on that.
What
I
is your
think that-
theory?
I think it's like your first finger and your thumb, how it looks like it when you're making like a loser sign with your hand.
Yeah.
I think it's like someone pushing off of her and it could have left that.
Lots of things are possible.
It was not
It's
notated anywhere though. It's weird.
Yeah, I
It
don't
just-
think it's that deep.
It just
I
like,
do
came to
believe
my
she
head.
made that 1,000%. Like, there's
But
no.
why wouldn't they have mentioned that in the autopsy and stuff?
Why didn't they mention a lot of things in that autopsy? Like, for example, like her time of death, perhaps. Like,
That's
or
hard to get down due to the state. Starlight, you think that maybe a medical person or somebody that was handling did that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
But
No,
there's
it
a lot of cases, if you look back and you see like time of death is obviously they like a body is like, I again don't know what I can say, but decomposed, but like they can still like, I just feel like it would be like me doing an autopsy and being like, yep, here you go. I just feel like there was a lot left out. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely 1,000,000% think she put that damn Barney in there too.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Look at Andrew's face right now.
I know, he's always angry.
He's got sociopathic. Look, he's a sociopath.
Oh God.
Oh my
Andrew.
God. There's your
turned
guinea
down-
pig, Justice.
He's getting wrong about him. Like,
He's also angry.
Like I said,
Guinea
he has
pigs,
a
how
love
they
hate
like.
with all of us.
Yeah.
Andrew. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
She said was all alleged. Yeah, she's heard people on the bayou. So what?
So
That don't make it
mad.
true.
She's from, if you're talking about Nellie, she's from freaking Golden Meadow? Do you even know who she is?
Like he
probably
talks
thinks
about
it's the
like he gets
rapper.
onto us, but he uses the we don't know them excuse. Well, you don't know them either.
Yeah.
She is
He's a
very
parasocial parasite.
she's a very nice, honest person. I've talked with her on, private message. She's not going, yeah, Nelly. She's not going to go out of her way to be this. Like she's just this nice person. Like I don't understand.
I don't know. He's
Well,
mad.
Andrew's got beef with case study, so it says it at the top.
You know, I used to watch your videos, but then I couldn't stand how idiotic you are.
Oh my God.
Elmo.
Jelly.
And you want to talk about, people taking money,
Elmo's
donations,
better than you.
but somebody just send you $280 and you saying, oh, thank you so much.
What? Why are you counting his pockets?
What is he talking about?
I don't even know. but-
$280? Did he just pull that out of his ass?
Unless he
Andrew
counted
wants-
his super chats or something, I don't
That's
know.
ridiculous.
I don't
That's
think he
insane.
has. I don't think he has the ability to pull anything out his ass, considering he just bought that 9-inch dildo from Gypsy.
Like I said, he had his
I
3
don't think he
inches
can
of
fit
paint.
anything else up there.
Why were
I mean,
those
how-
found?
wait,
Did they find
You
out
know
when
what?
they
Couldn't
came
fit
out?
anything
He
else
was
in
the
there. All he
smuggler.
does is shit.
He was the smuggler. He brought Gypsy her barbecue
Oh my
dildo.
And he wants to talk about how at least Elmo has more packing than you do. I'm just
That's
saying.
right. Code box. Tell him. Don't get Oscar out.
Damn.
Been a bad boy.
Why
Oh,
is he
this
always,
is spicy.
I've been a bad boy.
why is he always dressed in scrubs? I hope
Remember, he works in the medical field.
Because he
I think
don't want.
he stages it so hard to make it look like he's something that he's not. It's funny.
I do not think
Why
he
would-
works in the medical field.
Why
I
would he
Like
be
if
doing this
I
at
found
work?
out my whoever from the hospital was making these videos on their break time or something, I'd have a problem with that.
Yeah, like
Why
or
would-
the stunt
Why
people
would-
in general. Why would he work in the medical field and then still be allowed to work there making videos like this and the
Well,
stunt?
that
Right. And
nurse
can I just
Nana, whatever her
interject?
name is.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh
Can
yeah,
I just
go
No,
ahead,
no,
let
no.
Nick-
Go ahead.
can I just interrupt and say how none of us have actually gone to where he works or researched where he works or done
I
anything
don't
like
have
that?
a clue,
We-
nor do
Yeah,
I
not the
care.
slightest.
Nor do I
Yeah,
give a
we
shit.
care and
I
I
don't
don't
give a
give a
shit
fuck.
either.
I'm just saying, like, if someone can try to fake unaliving themselves through the shin and then do your robot sister and your fake mom, you should not be working in the medical industry. That's
I
all.
agree.
This
I
is
agree.
Andrew's
At the
mom.
same time, we're not doing anything. We're
And
not.
that makes me scared for who does work in the medical.
I agree.
I
You know.
I don't give a shit. Andrew gives plenty of shits though. Just saying.
And gives them. He's
Don't
constantly
trigger
I'm
him.
on
a
hitters.
sassy bitch today. I don't give a shit.
I like a code box.
Yeah, I like this kind of
Code
code
box
box.
code box gone wild.
Got
I
code
thought
box.
Yeah, we need
Code
to see
box.
this code box like every panel.
I know. Code box. You're being
Code red.
spicy.
Code red. Code box.
I sent Andrew a
Getting all
message.
hopped up on Mountain Dew.
I sent Andrew a message a couple of weeks. I don't know if it was last week because he'd blocked Bella, and Bella's like, message him and ask him to unblock me, and I was like, shit, he's blocked me as well. So I had to go in an alt account and I said, hi, how are you? I hope you're okay. Can you please unblock me and Bella? And he says, oh, Charlotte, oh, I miss all you guys and Sir Morbid's panel. I miss the panel, and oh, I wish I could come back, and I love, it's so sad. And I'm like, well, I don't know what the situation is. You should maybe speak to him. Like, I was just trying to be like neutral. And he's like, oh, and like,
Right,
what was
Nova Bella?
yeah, he said something like, oh, you were one of my favorites. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Thank you. Bye.
He
And then
said that me, you, and Nicole were like his sisters. I was like, I've never spoken to you
I
outside.
know.
Never.
I know.
What?
And then I
No,
caught
but
him.
who
That's honestly creepy.
who
No, but then
messages
The red
somebody and
flag.
then blocks them
Too
before
bad.
they
I
can
was
reply?
But then I caught him in the comments 2 days later in Morbid's comment section, just dragging us all, and I thought, you little
Bye, Bethany.
Yeah, they're probably Walmart bought scrubs. Definitely, Jeff. Like, he can't. Well, he did say he was a radiographer, didn't he? I don't know.
Believe that.
He
Now he's a
probably decided to get a
dietitian.
group discount at Walmart on them scrubs and then acts like he works in some medical field. No, you don't. You're just
Probably
parading some Walmart scrubs. Come on now.
in the cafeteria.
Cafeteria. That's what Nova Bella said. I was like that.
I wouldn't even trust him in the cafeteria.
I wouldn't either. No.
It's probably
around
flop out and rub
those
it all
hot
over the food.
Mm-mm.
Can you imagine him getting his nothing? It don't matter. Anyway, I wouldn't have eaten any of that food. That's
Nope.
All right, here we go.
You didn't post no GoFundMe, but you still accepted money. That's why I do not watch your videos anymore. You are like the only man that I see that hates on Gypsy.
Oh my God.
Ivory Rose Grows Wild. Man up. Come up with your own damn content. Stop worried about Gypsy's doing.
Oh my God.
You don't pay her bill.
You're flip-flopping with Gypsy.
Oh,
It's
my
insane.
mama.
1 minute you love her, the
Andrew.
next minute you hate
He's
her.
not even making sense. He's not making any sense.
No,
You
he
don't
just
make
wants something to
content.
be mad
Come up with
Just
your
saying,
own.
Andrew, you say that, but you're making your entire content around us. So who really needs to make new content here?
Thank you. Codebox making a lot of sense today.
Man.
Not like you don't other times.
Oh, I know.
but
Yeah.
You're on fire right now.
He's on fire. Yeah, he's on fire.
Get him, Codebox.
Man
I'm gonna
up.
be the one that encourages it. I'm like always the
Oh,
guy that
God.
encourages.
Yeah, you're the little devil on the shoulder.
Yeah, you're the
people's
Woody
bullshit on
Woodpecker.
panel,
You're
like
the
especially with
instigator.
Morbid. Like I know Morbid doesn't need to be encouraged. But Starlight's
not like
always the one who's like, don't
him.
encourage it, don't encourage it. And as soon as Starlight leaves, I'm like, do it, Morbid, do it.
And I'm honestly gonna say this too.
One
I
day
found
he
it-
is. You're gonna be like, oh fuck.
Fuck.
I found it hilarious when he went up on that panel again. And the moment he gets up on the panel, he starts screaming and shit. Then he gets mad saying that no one can have an opinion on this panel. Honestly, I thought that was funny as hell. And I do want him to hear that.
What have you been taking today, Codebox? No offense, I love it.
He's just got his sassy pants on.
I'm
I
just
like
sad
Adderall today.
that I'm just a little bit looser than I normally am. I guess you could say coming out of my shell, so to speak.
Are you as
That's
loose
good,
as Gypsy
Codebox,
Rose
yeah.
Blanchard?
I love this.
Okay, now I got standards. I actually take care of my legs. I don't just open it up and be the next invitation for anyone
my
that I want.
I love it.
And then get pregnant by. Come on now. I have standards.
Damn.
What do you think about Ken? What do you think about Ken, Codebox?
I mean, he's a home wrecker. He's an idiot. Like he got a murderer pregnant. That's all you need to say.
I mean, he was engaged to her too.
And now he's
Yes.
gone.
Where do you think he is, Codebox? Where do you think he's at?
Screws loose. He has a couple of screws loose that he needs to get taken care of.
And
I
no
wanna know
screwdriver
if
because
he knew
Cowboy
about
Bear
that
ain't in
bottle.
town.
Where do you think he is? Do you think he's gone?
I don't know.
I
song.
think he went back to Dallas.
I want to know if he knew about the Baba. I need to know.
Wait,
I said it. I can go downtown Dallas and hold up a sign. Ken Urker, did you know about the Baba?
Ken might actually
New
be at
Orleans.
Cowboy's house, and since he has screws loose, Cowboy might be the screwdriver.
Remember?
Now,
I
come
had
on,
to
I don't
wrong
even
for
think
them.
Cowboy can fix that even with the proper screwdriver.
Well, he kept saying that
He done messed his up when he went in Gypsy. So
he kept saying he went out of town or something when he went down wherever, and then he went on vacation somewhere, him and his new boyfriend or whatever. He kept saying he was in a relationship.
Around
Oh,
Gypsy.
Cowboy or
Yeah,
I mean,
Cowboy
he
Bear.
does look more happy when he's around men than he does Gypsy. So
Very true. He looked
like
miserable
every
holding her
single
stomach.
photo, like even like all the photos we've seen when we're on Morbid's panel, every single time that him and Gypsy have been seen in public and a man is involved, you can just, looking at Ken's face, you can tell he's more into the man than her. But
Like when
yet,
the barber came up.
Oh, the barber.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yet he always takes offense to being called gay. Well, why do you always look like you're more into men than her? Explain that.
I agree. I think somebody that has to go out of their way to prove something like that is normally hiding something.
His reaction was it was an overreaction.
The multiple reactions at that, and then
yeah.
Gypsy hopping in trying to show Ken's ex-girlfriend to
I know.
throw everybody. Yeah.
It's weird. Well, who cares if he's like bi? Like, if he's with Gypsy at that point in time, that, you know, if it wasn't, like, if someone said something about me and it wasn't true, I would just like be like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it got, you know, he was so triggered. He was up on the panel shouting.
Also, at some point, as Andrew, wouldn't you just shave whatever the hell that is on his head? I mean, just give up. Just give up.
Like Ken. He kind of has a Ken hairline there, or kind of reverse.
Just so mad. I just don't know why you're always so angry.
It looks like he just took the backside of a bear and super glued it on his face. He took the backside. He took a wild, like, forest bear's ass, shaved off hairs off the bear, and then super glued it on his face, and then tried to.
He's gonna come for you, Kobox. You better watch out.
God.
Andrew's gonna be. I mean, yeah, Andrew.
He's already done it once.
Kobox, you better be
He'll make
careful.
you a
He's gonna do
video.
another impression. He's gonna do an impression of
Yeah,
Rick.
you're
He did
coming
an
for
impression?
another video.
Yes, he made a video of me trying to mock my voice.
Oh,
Like it
stop it, Andrew.
Like it meant something. Like it meant something.
Right. Like it hurt you. Ouch.
Sick
Oh
burn.
no, he can copy my voice. Okay, now what?
All right, let's see.
I love how even when
And where's the
Kobox.
part 2? What?
All right, here we go. I'm gonna push play.
Yeah, go for it.
Bills. And that goes for all the haters out there. But as you see, she won. She's still making videos. All of the stuff that people said was happening. Oh, she's not pregnant. She's
Wait,
not going back to
she
prison.
did video.
Or she's going back to prison. And she
I don't think
didn't.
she just proved that.
No.
So
No one's saying that, Andrew.
somebody
Okay,
told me in the
how-
TikTok
So that
comments,
means she automatically
because Ivory Rose
won?
grows wild.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to pause it. There we go.
I said, so that means she automatically won? Okay.
She
You
didn't
say
just
what you want to.
I think he's
that
bouncing
at
back and
all.
forth between Ivory Rose and Gypsy. Like he keeps blending, like goes between Ivory Rose grows wild and Gypsy. Like I can't keep up with it. He keeps dipping and
Andrew.
dodging and. Ugh.
Andrew, what's wrong?
He's just
Even the
mad.
doctors can't
He's
figure
just
that out.
mad.
He needs a
always-
sugar daddy.
He just wants to be Jip Drew. Give him a chance.
Jip Drew.
That's what I call him now. I call him Jip Drew because that's who he acts like.
It's accurate.
Drop, drip, drop.
Drip, drop, Drew.
Look at his face. He's
Decided
so
to send
mad.
everybody their money back. And I told her not to.
Why would she
I
consult
said,
you?
don't let people like Case, who was very aggressive towards you. I even heard you were making posts about it.
What?
And
Warning people not to donate to her.
Oh, about Case.
I donate to her.
Well, good.
you got
Go
your money
ahead.
back.
For
You gave
you.
refund.
Good for you.
Yeah, I just read that a second ago. I saw his.
It's up to you, Andrew. I mean, you know, fine. We're not
People, if people
anti
want,
Ivory
What
Rose.
are people
people can
donating
give their money
to?
wherever they want.
Of course they
Whatever.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if you're
she-
going to give
she
your
felt,
money, please give your money to actual causes like, you know, homeless animals or people
No, I
or
agree. I agree.
whatever.
But
Like, could
sometimes
you could you just put your money somewhere
there's-
else?
people can
I don't
do
know. It's
whatever they want with their money. If you know, I mean,
Absolutely.
you know, it's like
But
I
People want to
agree. I
show
agree. Put it
support
to
and
a
all
good
that.
cause, but at the same time, people are going to do what they want to do, and that's their business. So
That's
it's your
insane.
business, Andrew.
Consulting Andrew for financial advice is like going to Dreamer for financial advice.
Dreamer
Really?
for
You
Honestly,
didn't
at
do
least
that
Dreamer
for
would
your
have more to
taxes this
offer.
year?
At
You
least
didn't
Dreamer would have
go
more
to
to offer.
Dreamer?
That's true,
You're
Code
right,
Blocks.
Code Blocks. She would have more to offer.
Honestly, yeah, Dreamer would have more to offer. So who's really
See, what
losing
you
the
don't
deal there?
understand.
I literally on a live, obviously I just kept saying over and over, you have children. If one of those children did this to you, how would you feel? And she just, it was Nicole's live and she just didn't have an answer for that at all.
Wait, what?
Like I just kept saying to
I don't know.
her, if your
To who?
child did this to Dreamer, if your
Oh,
child did
Yes.
this to you, how would you feel? Like you're defending a person that offed their mother. How would you feel if your child did that to you?
They have
I
no
guess you wouldn't.
what'd
You
she
wouldn't feel
say?
anything.
Nothing.
She
She
just
didn't say
kept
anything.
regurgitating the same BS that
You're
she's.
sick. You're sick. You're all sick.
Yeah, I'm sick.
In
Yeah.
case we're defending you because he is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a fool.
Andrew just
No,
he
we're
just
we
has
are
to find
really
something to be mad about.
yeah, no, Case. We are case stands. Trust us.
We're laughing
Yes,
at him.
absolutely.
Case,
100%
you're
Case.
amazing.
Yeah, we love Case.
Yeah,
At
you
least being a
need to
case
find your
stands.
own content case like you don't have any.
I know. Oh
Like
my
you
God,
don't
Yeah.
actually create
I supported Case
videos.
a
I
long
think
time
Elm
ago, and I
give
was like, I
Andrew
love
an ass whooping.
Honestly,
Yeah.
though, at least being a
You
case
can
stand is
promote.
something to brag about. What's there to brag about with Andrew?
I know.
Yeah,
I'm a
exactly.
case stand.
He's like calling the pot kettle black. Do you know what I mean?
Case is
Yeah.
backstage.
Oh, is
Fun
he?
to,
Oh, come up,
Case went
Case.
up.
and he's using.
Nice.
Oh
Way to
yeah, I
go.
want to see
Oh,
Kate. Yes, hey
hi.
Kate.
Hi,
Hey, what's
Case.
up?
Hey,
Hey,
Case.
man. You know,
Hey,
it's
hey,
so
hey,
like,
Case.
Hey, Case.
guys, like seriously, I just got on YouTube and I checked my notifications and I had a notification that you were live, Starlight, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pop in, and I come in and you're playing this.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God,
Oh God.
he commented
What's up, Crotch
on
Study?
one of my videos, dropping
Uh-huh.
the link to that, and I was at the grocery store and
just dropping the
I was
link.
listening to it, and I was honestly just laughing my ass off, and
Of course.
I sent it to Morbid too, and I was like, I'm not even gonna respond. I'm not gonna bother with this. But you guys can. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, right. Case is above you.
He's just so mad. I can't understand, Andrew, why you're so bent out of shape.
Oh my
Because he's
God.
Why are you
jelly. He's
watching?
jelly. He's jelly.
That's what I think.
I mean,
he
it really. What's the point of arguing with somebody that spreads their butt on lives and pretends to be shot and dying?
You're right.
Yes,
There's nothing. He can't even spell your name right at the top. He's
Unaliving
gonna
a
approach you right.
virgin. We've got
And
the
then he-
robot mom.
I mean,
We can go on and
like I
on.
said, I can spend more time considering what to order in McDonald's than how he can insult people. So, of course, he's going to misspell Case Study's name.
He can't even
Crotch,
direct him right.
crotch steady.
I'll give him I haven't
3
heard that
inches
one,
of
so I'll
fame.
give him credit for
It's a
that.
new one.
That is a new one.
Can we play it?
Steady.
Yeah.
He then calls me a grifter. I don't know if you guys have gotten to that part. but
Yeah,
he calls me a
apparently.
grifter.
Yeah, you're so
$280.
grifting, Case. You're so grifting.
I don't think he
Everybody
understands.
who makes
I don't
gypsy
think he
content
understands how
then is a
monetization
grifter.
works.
That's what it is.
Right.
He's a funny guy. He's just. Does Andrew have a home right now? I know he's bouncing around.
No, he lives with his
always
he
looks
lives
like
with
he's
his
in a
guinea
hotel
pigs.
room.
Case.
I know
He
that's
is a
huge.
guinea pig.
Don't start that.
He is a
He
guinea
is
pig.
a guinea
He's
pig.
shitting around everywhere, so of
He
course he
is.
probably has to find some home. He's shitting around everywhere.
He looks like
He's got resting
he looks
bitch
more of like
face.
a ferret guy. I think he has ferrets.
Ferret.
Wait, I
And
need
the
to get
faces
Case's
he's been
opinion
making,
on
though.
this. Case, what is your opinion of Andrew's hairline?
Oh, I hadn't even thought to. I hadn't really examined it.
A little bit.
Okay, so his
called
head,
that a high and tight.
Andrew's head from this angle, Gypsy's head from this angle looks like someone just put a cup of like one of those Frosties from Wendy's and then put like whipped cream at the top. It's flat.
He's got more hair than Ken. I'll give him that.
He does.
Yeah.
Is that how he looks?
That's true. That's true.
What is he dressed in?
Looks like a bunch of chia seeds.
Is he like in
Looks like a bunch of
Scrubs or
chia
something?
seeds.
Please tell me
Yeah,
that man
he
does not.
works
He's a
in.
He
radiologist.
always wears
He
them.
always
No
wears them.
fucking way.
No,
No
he
fucking
says
way.
he is,
That's
but
what
I
it
do not
says.
believe that. I am a firm believer that if
Because
he is in a
Cafeteria
hospital, he is
hospital worker.
probably in the cafeteria. There's
It's
no
his
way
Or
he's
janitor.
working with the general
We've seen his
public.
grammar. We've seen how he writes. It's not possible. It's not possible.
No.
Him and his
No.
He's
resting
also a
bitch face. He has no
dietitian.
bedside manners.
Yeah,
Of
there's
meth.
no way they would allow his
Did
chicken
anyone else?
scratch to be approved.
His
Sorry,
diet of
Soapbox, I
choice
don't
was
mean to interrupt you.
methamphetamines.
Did anyone notice that the actual signatures of Gypsy's book did not at all match her like
No.
divorce?
Oh,
I
I'm
saw
sorry.
that.
I'm
No.
sure it was a scamp.
I saw that.
The stamp,
Wait,
tramp stamp, like
Behave.
oh, you
Andrew's
mean her
resting bitch
signature?
face.
Yeah, her signature was not the same
No,
whatsoever,
yeah, it was
like
definitely a
at
stamp that
all.
they had put in it. It wasn't on authentic because she doesn't know how to write well.
She can't write in cursive.
So they made a stamp so she could. Yeah,
Correct.
it's not authentic. So
It's a tramp stamp.
everybody got gypped out of a real authentic Gypsy signature.
Yeah, that's why they were all
Darn.
pre-signed. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go with this weirdo.
Ugh.
You are just disgusting in my eyes. Really.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think
One
you
to
need to stick to
judge
your,
there.
your Elmo
Pot
impressions.
calling the kettle black.
People may want to stick up for
The
you
guy who
on your,
spits every
your
word is not
comments,
disgusting at
but
all.
not me. I give it a thumbs down.
Oh,
And I only looked at that video
I give
just
your
at the
face a thumbs
comments
down, Andrew.
because I wanted to give.
Look, let me tell you something about the algorithm. It doesn't matter if you hit the up or the down, you're
Yep.
still engaging, dum dum.
It looks
Case,
like
all
a
I'm saying
zombie.
is
He's walking
it's
around.
a
It looks
thumbs.
like he got up out of his bed. He's just
He's
wandering
always
the
walking
hospital like a
around. That's what he
lost
does
What
in
is
all
patient.
of his videos.
The case, it's a thumbs down. I just think you're a disgusting person. I'm going to dislike all your videos
Case,
now.
you're a monster. You're a monster, Case.
Oh man.
You know what, Case? I think your videos are trash, but I'm gonna thumbs them up anyway because
I hit the thumbs down.
He wants my
Do the
attention so
opposite of what
bad.
Andrew
He
does.
does.
He does. He does.
He is an attention seeker in everything that he
Well,
does.
yeah.
I think
that's
he's
what
hoping
we do.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
you aren't married to a woman.
he
is
said
what I
he's
he
think.
gonna.
admitted that on Morbid's panel that he likes all the attention.
Anyone
Yeah.
who strips naked and then starts humping the kitchen counter.
And then
Dude,
blames it
my
all on
God.
us. Like it's our
I
fault that he did that. That was his choice as a grown ass 37-year-old.
He continued on. Like, how long was that? An hour? It felt like an hour of him doing that.
But
I didn't
even as
see
a,
it. I
even
just
as
heard
a
Oh,
man,
it
It's
was
not
so
a
bad. It was
Was he?
Case
So
so
he
really
was
bad.
tried
literally
to do it
stripping.
backstage. It was
Yes, he was
traumatizing.
butt
He was naked.
naked.
yes, he was
Case.
butt
Yes.
Butt
butt.
Case
naked.
did not
Butt
take
naked. He was
this
slapping his
person.
schlong around. It was
And
Yeah.
even
He was
as a
Now,
flapping
guy
of
his
who,
course,
sheet.
even as a man
Morbid
who's bi, I
Morbid
was
did not
repulsed
play
by
it for
that.
everybody
Oh
to
yeah.
see.
No,
Of
no,
course,
you
they
Yeah,
would
had
have
you
to
could
gotten
you had
only
to
taken
see
on
it
down
panel.
backstage. You could only see it
backstage.
backstage.
Guys, I just
But
want you
he's
to
had his
think
3
about the.
inches of fame.
Not even 3
I just
inches.
just think about this, Andrew.
Ooh.
There's nothing stopping him from going to the sperm bank and donating. Just think about that.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
Hmm.
a bad idea. Why would you
no.
encourage that? Do not let
If
him
I
reproduce.
Ew, don't.
if
Ew.
anybody hasn't seen the footage, I have like a 15-second video. If you really want to see it,
No,
hit
no,
me
No,
no.
I don't.
up.
Well, I
Everybody's
know
good.
that it
No,
was
No, I have
disturbing
no,
none
because
of
no.
this drama.
Nina
Thank
was
you.
so
No.
disturbed, and I'm sure she's seen like
Poor
obviously
Nina.
she has kids, so she's seen it, and she was so creeped out that
She was
You're going to be on the naughty
Case,
list per
you don't
usual,
want to
Dank,
see
for
Andrew.
saying that.
You don't want to see Andrew helicopter it.
No, it was no. I can
No.
still see it in my head.
Absolutely not.
You know what's great about it though? When Justice sends me pictures of Dreamer, I just sent him the video of Andrew and he stopped.
That's the only thing that makes me quit.
oh, injustice.
It's like it was like slinging a sad little Vienna sausage. Very sad.
Gross.
Oh my god, it was quite pathetic. Like
There was one
seriously.
point where he went in his room and laid on his bed, but you could still see his butt
Oh
cheeks. He
no.
made sure his butt cheeks were still, in the
Oh,
shot.
Little butt
It was
cheeks.
really disturbing, like on so many levels.
Again,
Morbid still
another
owes me
trait
money
he
for
shares with
therapy.
Gypsy. Sorry, Dang.
Oh God.
All right, I'm
Gypsy,
gonna
the Gypsy,
oh,
it just
go
brings the
ahead.
crazies out the woodwork. I tell you.
Yes,
And
yes.
I say this too, that as a man who's bi, I was repulsed by it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Were
does
you back
Andrew
there,
message
Code Box, when he
Yes,
was
I
doing that?
was. Yes, I was.
Does
I was
Andrew
like,
mention
oh
me
my
in this
God, what
video
the?
because he always seems to throw me in all of his videos? Does he
We'll
mention me
find
in this
out, I
video?
guess, won't we?
Oh, I know Dank.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched
Every
it all.
video he mentions me. I don't know why. It has
I
nothing
don't
to do with me,
either.
but he makes
What
a
are you
point to
doing to
mention
him?
me.
That is
Here we
creepy.
go.
We'll find
I
out.
will say
He
that.
can keep calling me Skanky Danky. He owes me an apology.
He does.
All right, here we go.
And I only looked at that video just at the comments because I wanted to give you a piece of my mind.
God.
Why don't you go focus on being a parent?
Oh my
Ah.
God, he did that to me too.
Because you sound like a piece of crap to me.
How
Hey, can you pause it real
know?
quick?
Trust me, I'd like to say other
Yes.
things.
That's
Sack
the
of
one
shit.
thing. That's the
He
one
said the
thing that these
same thing
degenerates
to
always
me,
do when
Case.
they find out that you have
Yes.
children. That is
Yeah.
that is always their go-to tactic.
I
You
know.
know, now when I was on
Absolutely.
live,
That's
my
threatened
wife was
CPS
my
on
child.
me.
I wasn't around my children when I was talking
But
to
what?
Ivory
What?
Rose. I'm a
Okay, but
Hold
dedicated.
on, I can't hear
isn't it a
Case. Hold
rule?
on, let Case finish real quick.
Yeah, I was just saying that's just their tactics. When these people find out that you have a children, that's what they do to try to goad you into, that they try to push your buttons in that respect.
And most of the people that do, they don't have kids.
Right.
And like I have dogs. I don't have children, but it would be like the same as somebody being like, you know, neglect your like your dogs and whatever.
No, it's called
Clearly
work.
I don't. But that's going to be the only way that you can actually get at me because that will actually piss me off, you know?
Right. But we all know Case. He talks about his son all the time and what he does.
Obviously.
And then he takes 5 minutes to make a video. I mean, for Christ's sake.
Well, I mean, that was I was so close to responding to him just when he went there, but then I said, no, I'm not.
But yeah,
But yet they are
we know you, Case.
they're looking at somebody whose father wasn't in their life and who didn't
And he's
give
died
a
5 times.
shit about
Oh,
them.
yeah,
I mean, Andrew doesn't have
So
any kids, so he doesn't even have the right to
interesting.
comment on other
No,
people's
he has
parenting.
no right to say anything. I mean, stop. See, he did the
No.
same with Starlight. He's done the same with anybody. I mean,
Yeah, he did.
Well,
That's
but
like one
it's
of the
just
first
funny
things
too
he
because
did
that's
with me.
just a common go-to tactic by people.
Exactly.
It's like they think because you have children that you don't have any free time whatsoever. Period. Now, last night, like my wife was home. I was outside when I was on that live. Wasn't around my children, my son.
or you said,
You
"Oh,
don't have to even say
I know.
that. Like
I know.
my parents did stuff. Like they were normal people. Like
You're
they
allowed to
wouldn't
have a life. I
always
mean,
be like
Exactly,
above
that's not
me, like looking at me constantly, you know?
yeah.
Case, don't worry about it.
Oh, I know.
But it's BS. And if you're going to move to the Stan side of this, then like let's move to the Stan side of it. The fact that she didn't have a father, the fact that he didn't really get in her life until there was money involved. Let's go to that, Andrew.
Yeah, how
If
about
you
you just
really
go
want
fuck
to
yourself,
do that.
Andrew? How about that?
He
Go
was in
fuck
her
yourself
life.
with
I
your
mean,
bullshit. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Things, but unfortunately, TikTok sucks when it comes to stuff like that. Oh, but I can give you a whole bunch of things. So you and Big Belly Nelly
You
can
leave
go
Nelly
light a fire
alone.
under each other. Stop worrying about what other people are
Back
doing.
up off Nelly.
What are you,
It certainly ain't
jealous?
your sausage.
That
That's
good-hearted people wanted to
You're
help
jealous.
her?
Bitch.
Go light a fire under each other. Stop worrying about what other people are doing.
You stop.
What are you, jealous?
Why are
Can
you
I
worried
just
about
say
what's
something real
going
quick?
Why are
on?
you worried about it?
Like
Projection.
the
I've been
audacity.
talking with
Projection.
Nelly over messaging on TikTok, and she is a very, very lovely, nice,
Very nice
person.
lady, Andrew. You leave
Yes.
Nelly out of your dirty
It's-
whore mouth.
It's the
What are
absurdity
you
of this.
talking
Now,
about?
I wouldn't, if somebody's like creating a GoFundMe for something for whatever legitimate reasons, fine, whatever.
Right.
Like, why do I have to point out the obvious flaws around this GoFundMe for someone of his caliber? You know, they withheld information, critical and vital information.
Yes, I agree.
None of it made sense, and they're preying on the goodwill of people in this community that sometimes let their emotions get the better of them, and they think that they're going to be donating to something that's going to, you know, help the cause. But in reality, listen, I'm just going to drop it. She dropped the GoFundMe, so I have nothing. Hey, all the best.
But I
Yeah,
understand.
you were great. You were
Yeah.
great.
And you
In case the only
being around
thing
here,
Case,
I
you
I
know,
could
she didn't even say
donate
what she
to,
was suing for.
She what now?
it's a speeding ticket.
when
I
you
said she
do
didn't even.
something like that, you have
She
to
didn't
be
even say
very
what she was suing for.
transparent.
Yes.
Yeah,
you do.
I agree. I was
In
talking to
case
Full
somebody about that earlier.
transparency.
argument, you
And
know?
not to mention, the reason why I kind of came at her the way that I did is because she had just made a video where she was very vaguely, not even vaguely, basically threatening people that had questioned her story. She since deleted that. But I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was
I did,
just you
Case.
wait, you just watch. You know, it was like, why? Because we're questioning the like, you know, asking very valid
Validity
questions. I mean,
Anytime you give money to anything, any organization, you should always have, like Nicole was just saying, like the validity of like, you need to see where that money is going. Sorry if like if that isn't
And
I
again, it's up to people if they want to donate. Absolutely. You know, it's like if you
Sure.
want to, but at the same time, you know, if you are putting out this like GoFundMe and there are people who are questioning it, then you need an answer. You know,
and you need to have a clear cut plan
Yeah.
on how you're going to be
Like
dispersing those
what type
funds,
of
what the funds are
attorney are
going
you
to.
looking for? What area? What kind of case is this? Is this civil? Is this a criminal? Have you looked into this? Have you looked into that?
absolutely, bro.
It was, you know, a little bit.
But
It
people are
was.
like, I've seen it's like, oh, they were attacking her. No, no one was attacking her.
You were
People
asking
had
her
questions. I had questions. And
Yes.
the math was not mathing. Okay. I
You know,
didn't understand the need.
And I don't feel
you
like
know
she
what?
walked away feeling attacked. I don't maybe she did,
She
but I
might
don't
have. She always feels attacked. I'm just saying.
I'd like to say
You
one
know,
other thing real quick.
Yeah, Case.
She did, you know, the last thing I asked her was, had she been approached by, was she ever approached by Lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
And and I didn't know this until somebody messaged me on TikTok this morning, but she contradicted herself with her reply in that. I wish I could remember exactly what this person sent me, but they have like video footage of her giving a completely different accounting of.
Yeah, I saw
Of,
that video.
you guys
too,
may know.
Case.
I don't know, but
I haven't.
so
No, send it. Somebody send that to me later. I'll watch it.
You know what I was thinking about, Case, and I didn't really think about it until I had gotten off stream, but Ivory had made a video saying that she had the weed in a jar, and she was like, oh, well, it was in a jar. You can't tell me the officer smelled it. But then she said, oh,
yeah,
well,
you could.
but then on Morbid's panel, she said, oh, well, my husband volunteered that information. So
there you go.
Why would you be worrying about him smelling it if your husband volunteered that there was weed in
But
the car?
wouldn't that still be like? I'm assuming her husband was the passenger because that would be
No,
a
he was
DUI.
driving.
No, he's driving.
Well, somebody else also pointed out the fact that, gosh darn it, what did they say? So in Louisiana, you have to have a medical card, I believe.
No, I don't even know if you can have a medical card in
Okay.
Louisiana.
Right?
It's-
I don't know if you can.
I'm
If that
in
is
question.
the case, if
The
that is
thing
the
is-
case, though, they're not allowed. If you have allegedly, if that is the case, and you have a medical card for marijuana, you're not allowed to carry a firearm or so. That's what I
Yeah,
read.
you're not allowed to carry a firearm regardless whether or not it's recreational or medical. It's extra
Right.
charges if it's recreational because it's illegal here in Louisiana. But regardless, if you own it legally, you can't own a firearm.
Okay, so you can have medical in Louisiana?
Yes, but you have the
That's not
amount you
fair,
have on
damn
you.
it.
The amount you have on you has to match what's on your prescription.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it is
I did
medicinal.
not know
It's
they had
medicinal. Yeah,
medicinal in Louisiana.
faux
That's
show. Faux
crazy.
show, faux show.
Wow.
Only a
red
certain amount,
states,
though.
damn
It's
it.
Yeah.
it's not
But
rec.
regardless,
Come
even though
on,
she had
Tex.
she had
You're
a
gonna be
gun
the
there, so
last.
that's a whole charge. It's possession of a firearm while
Oh, I
in
know,
possession
girl.
of a controlled substance.
Hmm. All right,
Well,
let's finish
people have
this.
already I mean, they've requested there's one person that has requested the body cam footage, like all of it from all the
I
different
did see
parishes.
that on TikTok.
So, I think if she was stopped or what, the truth will come out. This may just be the tip of the iceberg. Who knows? I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, all best wishes to her. All I cared
Yeah.
about was that GoFundMe. So other than that, I don't care.
Right, same.
No, you were very diplomatic.
I try.
And I don't think it was in an attacking manner either.
And one thing I did,
That's for damn
I
sure.
did want to point out that I did make a mistake yesterday. I said that you
All of
did
them
have to have the gun registered. You don't have to have your firearm does not have to be registered in the state of Louisiana.
Again,
I just wanted to
I'm
clear that
not.
up.
I'm in Canada.
You,
I'm
you don't
from
need a
the
permit for that.
UK, so I just don't understand any of this. Like, it's just crazy to me. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can sit there and say that that isn't a correlation towards your gun control and the fact that your children are shooting themselves. Like, I just don't
No, I know.
understand.
That goes into the whole political thing, which I agree with you
I
on.
know.
But
All right, let's finish this son of a bitch before I have to go.
That good-hearted people wanted to help her? Does it come out of your pockets? No, it doesn't.
He's so mad.
So why don't you go focus on you and your family?
Oh, shut
Obviously,
up.
it doesn't sound like a good relationship to me.
You don't
That's
have
how
one.
you
You
act.
said, don't even get me started. I'm not going to talk about it, Andrew, but you have given us so many stories about your damn family. What are you talking about?
Looks like
Back
he has a little
the fuck up.
troll ponytail in the back.
Oh, they're
Look
in a
at that.
stroke. He's dead. He's alive. He's
Why are you
Didn't
even
he
going
say
there?
he
He
was
wants
molested
your
by his sister?
attention. He wants your attention
Again,
so bad.
another gypsy trait. He constantly changes his story.
I like his little ponytail. Looks like a troll, like the little feather on top.
Yeah.
Was it like a rat tail or something?
No, the little thing on top of his head.
Oh.
I think it's like a card that's behind him, but the print
Lines up nicely.
Lines up nicely.
Wouldn't it
Like a
be funny if
little
Andrew
tornado.
actually just went out and bought some scrubs and went and booked an appointment and made this video pretending like
He
he actually
probably
worked at this
did. Yeah.
This is his studio.
I still fully believe he's a patient.
Somebody's
there,
knocking
not
on the door. They're like, "Why is this door locked?"
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, who would go in there on their break and film that? You don't
See,
do that
I'm
if you work in
scoping
a
out the
hospital.
background to see what's all in there, to see
Yeah,
like what type of,
It
know.
looks like a like a break room.
You guys remember that movie Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr. Back in the day?
Yes, I love
you know
that
how they let
movie.
him pretend like he was part of the staff,
Yeah.
like part of the coaching staff. Whatever. That's probably what they do with Andrew. They just give him some scrubs and make him make him feel like he actually
He's like
worked there.
he's like a Walmart greeter, but at a
Yeah.
hospital or a facility. No shame in Walmart greeters. Y'all are amazing. But
Yes, you're all amazing. Just not me.
Kind of
Probably give him this go. Let him play dogs.
Yeah. You can come in, buddy. We'll give you your own set of gloves.
Yep. You only got 7 minutes though.
But you got to stand over there in the corner. No interacting with the patients.
That's right. Probably volunteers at a psych ward.
patients.
Yeah.
You're one.
Obviously, it doesn't
He's
sound
he's
like a
an
good
actual, he's a
relationship to
patient,
me.
and,
If that's how you act towards women, enjoy your $280.
That's how you act towards women.
Well, it was
That's
actually
grifting.
Canadian money, so it's a
He
little
wants
less
to
than that.
hold on,
But
pause it for a sec.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm a woman.
That's
I've
grifting.
never.
Hold on,
Enjoy
hold
your
on, hold on.
280
That's the
That's how
very
you
end. Hold
act
on.
towards women. Enjoy your $280. That's grifting.
What?
I can't. That's
Actually,
grifting.
I'm a woman. I've never been offended once by anything you've posted. In fact, I actually love all of it.
Donations are
So
not
I
grifting. Like
No.
people will
Case,
put a
who did
lot
you
of
grift?
I
work
appreciate
into
that. Thank you. Sorry,
content.
just one
he
second.
needs to take women out of his mouth because
Oh, hold on.
he don't. He doesn't speak for us.
He has the nerve to talk like that, like to say that. But look at all the stuff he said about women, even like here on this panel at this moment.
But
He
he
got
shows his D like that. That's
Especially with
very
Kate.
inappropriate.
What were you gonna say, Case?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was just weird. Like he's obviously like stalking my comments because I hadn't posted a video in a couple or maybe 2-3 days it's been, and yeah, I woke up this morning and I was blown away. I had somebody that made that gave me that super thanks and was blown away by the generosity. And obviously that pissed him off, but you
So what
know,
did you do? Like say something in the comments, like a thank you or something?
you know, like people give you super thanks.
Does it show up? I've never had one.
Yeah, so it'll show up in your comments.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
Well,
and
now I need to do that for you.
no. Anyways, I was shocked that he saw that. Like he's like
Yeah,
really
he's
going through
looking.
my comments. It's just creepy.
Yeah.
Very
What are
creepy.
you doing with yourself that you actually
true.
see that, like that you're that involved? Like I don't see like everybody's comments on everything. Like I'll go on something, you know,
I
like
avoid comment sections.
yeah.
Ghost and ghost.
Well, him trying
Ghosts and
to
ghosts.
twist
That's
that
right,
into
Nicole.
me grifting makes no sense. I mean, that just comes part of being monetized on YouTube. People can donate if they choose
Yeah.
to. I don't
Well,
ask. I don't solicit.
No, you don't.
It's a
and the
way of
super thanks is great because it's for, you know, if you make more videos than do live streams, people can donate with the super,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't do that many lives either.
Yeah, you make videos. Actual content, Andrew.
Yeah.
I don't clap my cheeks in the
Gypsy.
backstage,
Yeah.
like Andrew does.
That's got to be a hit to the ego. He clapped his cheeks and got nothing.
Maybe that's the
No
problem.
dollar bills for Andrew.
No
So
dollars.
No dollars.
Can I just say that Jonesy just said in the chat that Andrew is literally searching for Nellie so he could say that she's a vile, disgusting person, and that
You better leave Nellie alone. You better get up off Nellie, damn
I
it.
think that is
Leave
hilarious that
that
he's literally admitting to
lady.
stalking somebody.
Yeah.
Leave
Guys,
that lady
if
alone.
you're
She is
if
an
you're
amazing
looking,
person, and like just leave her alone. Like she's
The more
good.
you say that, the more he's gonna go look for
Yeah.
her.
Is she a creator?
Nellie she's been popping up on panels. She knew Dee Dee back in the day. She's from Golden Meadow. She grew up. Yeah.
The woman that worked for Habitat for
literally she
Humanity.
Yeah,
has the
no.
flu right
Last
now.
night,
I
hold
can say
on.
that.
Last night, Case, she came up maybe before you and confronted, or was it after? But she confronted
It was
Ivory.
before.
it was
not
after.
after.
It must have been
Okay.
after because I heard.
Yeah,
I didn't
before and
hear.
after.
Hold on,
Because
one
when
at a
she came
time.
up,
I
I
can't
was
hear.
dropped down. Remember, because she pissed her off.
I heard because I was looking at the comments on the live. I only heard the portion that I was on for the most part. I may have popped in a couple other times, but I didn't hear whatever Nellie had to say to Ivory Rose.
Well,
What did she
Nellie
say? I haven't
hears
seen it
things
yet.
Nellie hears things also from the Bayou, and she said that she heard about the weed and the guns, and called her out on it, and called her out on living 45 minutes away, and like just things like that. That she.
Starlight, did you notice that when Nelly Belly came up there and she started saying something, Ivy Rose said, "Oh, I know who sent
ran.
you."
Yeah,
she said,
she's
"I
very
never slept."
paranoid. She's
Yeah,
very
what is that about?
paranoid. She's paranoid.
I think honestly, I think Ivory thinks that Nelly was sent by like a gypsy fruit
Right,
stand.
that's
Like
called
and she didn't
paranoia.
see
I
it.
don't
Listen,
think.
I
Yeah,
can say that, like, as someone who's talking to her, like, she's just a normal person who isn't at all involved in this shenanigans. Like, I
no,
didn't
she
even
just popped up
watch
really because we were
last
talking about
night.
Dee Dee, and she wanted to talk to us about Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And she's also just calling out some bullshit. On
Yeah,
the
she is,
bayou,
because
on
she's
the
a
bayou.
real person.
I think
Yep.
I
She's a
like
real
Ivory.
person.
I like Nelly. It's oh,
She's
God.
trying to stay impartial
Yes.
on certain things. I like
Oh,
Nelly.
I've
Nelly
sent her
Belly.
so many, like today I sent her so many things on TikTok. I don't know how impartial she's gonna be because like
Yeah.
I'm just sending her as I see it, gypsy, like just sending it. So
Well,
I
she's
don't
talked
know
to
how
Fancy,
impartial she's
right?
gonna be.
Didn't
Oh, I
she
just
go
saw. I
up
just
there
now
and talk
noticed.
I don't know.
Fancy?
Bryn
You know,
Emerald's on here. I
also,
didn't even. Hey,
I've
friend.
been talking to you.
apparently,
I'm
Just
sorry.
noticed.
I'm a moron, dude.
No,
Listen.
it's okay.
Ivory
I'm
Rose
always
also
here.
had a grinder in the car as well, so that's drug paraphernalia. So that's another
Oh,
thing. You see, I don't
I
get what
just
her whole point is. She broke the law and you're speed. Why would you speed if you have all that shit in the car, knowing it's
She
yeah.
didn't
illegal?
I
speed
know. I was
though. It was
thinking
her
that too.
husband, and
I mean,
then
why would
this, and then
why would
that,
he
and
speed
that, and that.
knowing you have
You
all
know
that
what,
Yeah,
shit?
man?
in general, why would you speed
Listen,
doing
you want to
20
hear the bottom
over?
line? The bottom
Who
line
doesn't
is
speed?
that they could have gotten in massive more trouble than they did if they had a firearm, whatnot, whatever. If
Yeah.
they're going over a certain speed limit, that's reckless endangerment. If you have a weapon, whether it's open carry, whatever, they got off easy. If they
That's what I thought. Like, I'm surprised they
Oh
didn't
yeah.
get worse than a speeding ticket.
So for that to be the case, it they're lucky. For them to rip them out of the car, they had probable
1,000%.
cause.
I don't understand you needing to hire a lawyer of $20,000. I don't get it. Like
That was a number that was pulled out of the ass
Yeah.
and
What I'm
then
still
put
It's
confused
not a
on
about.
good number. Not a
not
good
a
look.
good number.
Yeah.
This is what I'm still confused about. Okay, so she's saying that she's trying to get this lawyer because of the threats that were made against her. Okay, now she's doing this after the fact that she had talked to Rogie and Bree. They had apologized to each other and squashed the beef. So why is she still pursuing it if it's been squashed and done with?
Because the police incident was what sent it over the edge of
Because
the having too many incidents with then correlating this to it
she
having to have
thinks,
to do with Gypsy.
yeah, she thinks
But she
Gypsy
has
Rose
no
is
proof that
stalking
this has
her.
anything to do with Gypsy or Rogie
I'm
or
telling you the
Bree.
mind frame.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
In
doing.
order to
I don't
believe,
agree.
in order to believe her story, you would have to believe that after she left that event and then went to a restaurant, that the cops like were just following her and watching her the entire time. Which
Why didn't her
and
husband go?
and
Her
also
friend was at
she
like
changed her
Tony
story, like in
Club.
regards to
So you
the
would
to the
have to
dollar figure
believe
that she was
that.
asking for. At first, she said that she had contacted an attorney
Right.
personally, and that they had said it was going to be a $10,000 retainer, or as she says, detainer fee. And
Detainer.
and then and then last night, which is what I questioned her on, she said that no, somebody in her chat or comments told her that the retainer fee would be $10,000. I was like, well, which is it? Did you contact a lawyer, or did somebody tell you that's how much it was going to be?
Well,
And then why
and
does it go up to
then
20,000?
I've had troubles with the law, and like, yes, I'm in Canada, I'm not in the States, but I can tell you that would be the entire thing. Like, that's
I mean, I
not
don't know. I
just
just had a $45,000 divorce. It could get up there, and if
but
it's very tricky, kids,
maybe
whatnot.
she's
Becca
telling the
scoops
truth.
once up.
Okay, well, someone's gonna have to drop if Becca comes up because the studio's full. Becca always comes up when I gotta end in a minute.
I know, right?
Are you? No,
I can
but
I
then
can
she's
Well,
on
Becca
a
knows the
different.
law.
testify.
That's why I'm interested in hearing what Becca's got to say
Yeah,
because I know
she's on a
she knows
different
about
time
this
zone
stuff.
than I am.
I
All
can
right,
step
so
out.
I'm.
I can do it.
Thank you
Bye
so much.
guys.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming
Have a good day,
up.
sister.
I
Bye,
always
everybody.
love it when you come up. Okay, Becca, try now.
Hey, you guys, real quick before Becca comes on, like I'm not
Uh-huh.
that big on TikTok, but check out this video that I reposted if you haven't seen
Oh.
it. This person's hilarious. It's them like taste the biscuits with the great, and they're like pretending to be Gypsy with like some tongue thrusts. It's so hilarious.
I'm gonna check it out, Case. It's Bren.
Okay, the
So now
studio
you
is
know.
full again.
Okay, Brent, I got you now. Okay.
Someone else has to drop because now the studio is full again.
How?
I
Wow. Yeah, that's
Apple
weird.
is backstage.
It's okay. I'll drop. Wait a
Are you
minute.
sure? I gotta end it
Why
here
is
in a
it- there's
second
two
anyhow.
Wait, why are there 2 apples?
Oh, are there? Here, let me kick the
yeah.
other one.
Did you clone yourself, Apple?
Whoa.
Oh, there it fell off. Now try Becca.
She did that last night too.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Well, she switched over.
Oh, Charlotte, you're the problem.
I'm always the problem.
She switched over to devices. I know that.
It's
Get
my
up here,
sister's
Becca.
name, so every time
There
I
you
There
are.
she is.
Oh,
see you.
okay.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Becca.
Hi.
You came up
Hey.
right at the end again,
I know.
Becca.
I know. I'm
How
sorry.
dare
I
you?
just wanted to weigh in on this Ivory Rose Groves,
Okay.
whatever the name is.
Jeez.
I know they had a gun in the car, and just from law enforcement perspective, do you know how
Becca, are you there?
scary? Can you hear me?
You have that in your car.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Yeah, Becca
yes.
really is the one authority that can speak on this.
Go
so.
ahead.
Do you know how scary that is? Do you know how scary that is for police officers? How scary would it be for you to go up to a car and at any moment they can just start shooting you? I mean, you don't know. You
I can't
don't
hear her.
Why they were
know.
detained. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's why
so,
they were
Case knows on my, interview with Case, I talked about that happened to Mitch,
Right.
my husband,
Right.
that, he was going up to a car and it was a convicted felon guy. And luckily he was looking in, he had an angle in on the car to see that the guy had a gun on his seat.
Right.
And so,
Super
and still Mitch
dangerous.
couldn't open fire on him. You know what I mean? You can't just start shooting people, but it's so freaking scary, you guys.
Yeah.
So, she passed that off like, well, Louisiana's an open carry state. I don't care what it is.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care what it is. When you have a gun in your car like that, yeah, there are other squads are gonna come. Yeah, there's gonna be more than one cop there on the scene. Okay. If that indeed happened. Now, obviously I'm very heated about this because it hits close to home.
Yep.
But also the whole thing about, I guess, has she taken down the GoFundMe? Is that down?
Allegedly, yeah. I
think she
can't look
did.
at her page. I think she blocked me. Go figure. But
oh Jesus,
I never even commented on her page. But
yeah,
I was told that she took it down and that she had allegedly refunded everything. So
okay. Well, that's
which is good.
That's good. I don't think anyone was attacking her last night. I think I couldn't be on the panel last night, but my question was, what is the money for? And who are you suing? Who are you suing? So
Yeah.
I just,
She couldn't answer.
she couldn't answer that. And so before you do anything like that, you've got to go, like you guys were saying, you've got to go do your homework. You've got to go to an attorney. They'll see you for free for a consultation usually. So I didn't understand this huge number of $20,000 for what? For what at Christmas time? And I guess what upsets me about that is that there are so many kind-hearted people.
Yeah.
So many people that will see that and go, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to give to this girl. I'm going to give her all my Christmas money, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And yeah, it just, it angered me. I was like, no, you can't do that.
And that's the thing is that I don't go at other people, you know, I don't go at other creators or anything like that, but I knew this was BS, and there was, it just made no sense to me. And so I just wanted to warn people. And you know what? I'm glad I did, because I've had people that have commented and said, thank you for the post, because I was actually going to donate, but then I held off. And
yeah,
you know, so
I'm gonna take her at her word at this point, since she's taken that down and she's refunded the money that she was
Hopefully
just.
it's a lesson learned.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, is that
Yeah,
it's
nobody
a
hates her
lesson
for
learned,
it.
and you have to be very careful on social media. You know, she was saying, well, people were telling me to get an attorney. Okay, well, yeah, but you don't ask people for $20,000 for an attorney unless there's something really concrete going on. Do you know what I mean? And
Right.
it's just a really dire situation, you know?
And as you know, Becca, the other thing was that, like, which is why I wanted to get ahead of it, is that we all know how much people despise Gypsy, and
Yeah.
they're going to be blinded by their emotions on that and think
Yeah.
that, hey, that's my money's going as a FU to her.
Right.
And in reality, that's not what it was.
No, because there's nobody to sue. I thought at that point, because of the story was the police story, I'm like, oh, is she going to sue the New Orleans police, whatever police department it was?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if that's what she's going to do, she doesn't even need any money, because if she had a really solid case, a defense attorney would take that without any money down and say, we're going to sue them because your case is really solid, and I know I'm going to win in court, and I'm going to get millions of dollars from the whatever police department.
That's what I thought, Becca. Like, you can get free legal advice here in the park, and get it there as well. So
not only free legal advice, you can get someone to take the case for not for no money up front. Basically, you sign an agreement with the attorney where they'll get 30% of the proceeds. So you don't have to get, because it's going to be a big case, because if you're suing a police department, you can sue them for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to have
it would be hard, though, wouldn't it? It's certainly
well, it depends on the case. Some people have great cases. This wasn't one of those cases. I don't see that happening.
But,
well, Becca, I wanted to ask you about that, because in my opinion, law enforcement here went completely by the book. They didn't do anything wrong. The reason she
I'm
got
sure they
handcuffs put on her,
did. I agree, Injustice. Based on the gun being in the
because
car,
they have a gun, they need to detain you for the safety of
oh my
themselves
God.
and them.
You guys are all coming out of the car. What else do we have in the car? What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, that's just going to happen, you know, and it's no one, you're
right. And there's
no one, yeah. Your rights aren't being infringed or anything.
And
like
that's
that.
also
right. I was going to say there's drugs in the car. There's a gun in the car. And I mean, as a police officer, you don't know these people. You don't know what they're going to do. What if there's another gun in the car?
I know.
The reason you get the reason you get detained is for the safety of the officers and the safety of yourself. It's in your best interest that you get detained, because you know you might get a cop up there that's a little itchy, you know, with that trigger finger. You mean, and it's a natural instinct. You know someone's got a gun. You know, you're kind of jumpy. So I mean, it's in everyone's best interest that they know they're safe and you're safe.
And I do say this as someone who, like, normally, not all the time, but like normally is like I wouldn't say anti-cop, but don't really agree with a lot of things when it comes to police. In that case, it's absolutely valid, because it's a safety issue for both parties and for all parties involved. It's not like this is a case that you're arguing about where the officer just decided to pick on somebody that day and then sit you down and waste your time. It's a safety thing. Does it seem harsh on the outset? Of course, but you can't really. That's not something to fight with. So this is actually something I agree that on the part of the officers, and they're actually justified in that case. There's a lot of times where I can disagree with cops, like on a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, there's bad everything in life. There's bad doctors, there's bad cops, there's bad, you know what I mean?
It's really more so the fact that I disagree with a lot of double standards surrounding them. I mean, this is like a different topic entirely, but I'm just saying, for like something like what's going on in this case, no,
Yeah.
I completely 100% agree with the police on this one.
I do too. Hey, real quick, I just want guys, I'm gonna hop off. And just
Yeah,
so
I gotta
anyways,
go
just
get my
thanks.
kiddos.
Good to talk to you guys.
Thank you for coming up, Case.
Yes, Starlight.
Yes.
I'm about to send you a Christmas present. So stay live for at least a couple more minutes. But
Aw.
but I'll
Oh,
talk to any of you
Okay.
guys soon.
Bye,
Whatever.
Case.
Have a
It
happy
was
holidays.
happy
ya.
All that.
holidays.
Merry
I'm gonna go
Christmas.
watch
Happy
the
holidays,
TikTok
Case.
video.
Merry
You,
Christmas.
Case.
See ya.
Even though you own guinea pigs, Andrew, Merry Christmas. All right. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Oh my
Bye,
God.
Case.
Get your ass
Bye,
out of
Case.
here.
Bye. I was gonna say sorry if I interrupted anything, Becca. I just wanted to.
Oh no, I appreciate that your point of view and your remarks.
Yeah,
No,
because
good.
normally, I'm someone who's really big on like. There's a lot of double standards and just a lot of things when it comes to the justice system and like law enforcement that plays in part of that. Where I'm
Mhm.
just like, I don't agree with this. A lot of that feels really double standard or one-sided, and like there are definitely things that I can call out on them because I disagree with like how a lot of the things in police are handled, and I do think that at times it can seem like hypocrites, but or seem hypocritical. But in this case, no, I agree. It's 100% like a safety thing. So
Yeah.
no, I agree with them in this case.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I really had to say. I just had to put my 2 cents in there.
Well,
No,
thank
I
you
agree
for coming up. I gotta
Yep.
end it.
I know
I
you
gotta
do.
get out the door.
Girl.
All
But
right.
I
I'm
appreciate
working on my
everybody.
video. I'm working night and day on my video. It will be out before
Oh, I'm
Christmas.
so
I see
excited.
people.
Nice.
Yeah, people are really ready for that next one.
I'm
Yeah.
always excited for a
Okay.
good Becca Scoops video. I'm like,
Thank you.
oh my God, when's the next one?
Yeah, very soon. I'm almost done with my part. It'll be here before Christmas. So just to let you know. Yay. Okay.
Perfect.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
as
Thanks,
always,
thanks,
Becca. Thank you
Starlight,
for
for letting me
coming
come
up.
up.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you for
Becca,
coming up.
All right.
Mhm.
Bye-bye, guys.
good to
Bye,
have
Bye,
you as
Becca.
always.
Bye.
All
Bye.
right, everybody.
Bye.
This
See
is
y'all
the
later.
end. Peace out.
Peace
Yeah,
out.
Bye.
Thank you,
going
everybody, for coming up. Code Box with your sassy pants.
Loved it.
Charlotte,
I'll
Bren.
see y'all
Loved it.
later.
Loved it. Catch
All
y'all
right.
later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Let me find my little outro. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, Case, they took my monetization, saying that I reused content, but I had no copyright anything. So it's a bunch of bullshit, and I can't reapply until March. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, everybody have a great rest of your day. I gotta go. I gotta get on out of here. I will see you next time. Love you so much. Love talking and having the conversations. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Where's my outro? Bye.
A disclaimer that I don't have all that much time today. Got a little bit of time today.
This beat is going to drop in 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's fair game, right? Bye, everybody.